Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the gym. Thank you so much for joining me. I am here with
I'm Cole.
I'm here with Cole Stellato. Yeah, Cole Stellato. Yes. I'm like, babe, what am I doing here? I'm here with Cole. It's my second stream of the day, and we are going to be streaming some league night tonight. Now I'm totally flustered. Cole, talk about what you're here to talk.
Yeah,
Cole. You take. Why don't you take the lead, Cole? Why? Because I'm burnt out, bro.
It's been a long day.
You go ahead and take the wheel.
No, you're good. Yeah, I'm Cole. We're here to cast lovely league night here at Full Grip Games in Akron, Ohio. A little flustered for one of us. Actually, both of us. I'm not on camera too much. I've done a few retro streams here and there, but you know, this is my first endeavor really casting, so I'm quite enthused. I don't know if that's a word. Enthused. Ready to be here.
Enthused is definitely a word, all right?
Probably.
I know you pandemic kids, you know, you don't barely know how to read and write, but
come on. Come on. What a way to start.
I know, right? All right, so yeah, Cole, he's a theater major, you know, you gotta...
I'm a theater major. I can yap, I can talk.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm here figuring stuff out.
So Cole, tell the people at home, what you've been up to these last few weeks, because you've been on stream before. We've played retro. You're usually our retro specialist, you know, but you were interested in getting into the world of casting. I mean, we're going to be watching Standard League tonight at Full Grip Games. Like, you know, what's been going on in the life of Cole lately?
In the life of Cole, some actually really big developments. Well, we'll start with Pokemon.
All right.
I went to EUIC, a few weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, I went to EUIC
cool.
kind of not really on a whim, but I went for a RSPK tournament that happened there.
Okay,
My good friend Autumn was running it.
Oh, sick. Yeah, Autumn. I know her from the Discord.
She was running it. I wanted to go support. And then I wasn't initially going for standard, but I ended up getting in, I think, the 2 weeks before. And I got in. I was like, oh, I haven't tested at all. So kind of rolled up on a whim.
Haven't tested for RSPK. The
Well,
format
for
doesn't.
RSPK, I tested.
Oh, okay.
I tested for RSPK.
Okay, but you were going to play in the event and you hadn't tested.
Yeah,
Okay,
in the main
right.
event.
All right,
So
all right.
I hadn't tested standard really. So I show up with Cloth, the deck that eventually ended up winning. I was pretty far off from the winning list. I didn't have Monkey or I had the Valiant still, which was good. But anyway, won't talk about how I did because I didn't do great.
All right.
You know, yes, I will because it was
let's talk about it.
let's talk about it. We'll yap about it for a bit.
Sure.
It was a moral victory for me. So I started off absolutely horrendous, like dropped from the event so bad. And I thought to myself by round 5, I think, after round 5 had concluded, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go positive on the day. And I'm going to feel good about myself leaving the venue tonight. And I locked in at my abysmal record at that point. And I ended up getting to 4-4. And
Wahoo!
wahoo! It roll up to the last round. And my opponent... I'll keep this bit brief because it's a little silly. But my opponent is like, hey, I need points, whatever. And I'm like, bro, we're at 4-4 bottom tables of EUIC. Like, okay, cool. And
I need my world's invite.
brave your 4-4.
Yeah, dude. I know,
But
right?
I end up 2-0ing the Arcalodon and end up being 5-4 on the day.
Don't take that guy's championship points. Let's go.
So the hardest thing about Pokemon, in my opinion, is the mental game of it all. Because like in the game, you're thinking about it. You're like, oh gosh, I'm losing this game. What am I like? You can let that spiral and let you lose the game. You can let that game loss turn into just a whole completely wreck of a tournament if you're in like day 2 or something. But I think it was a moral win for me because I was like, you know what? I want to prove to myself that I can recover from this, and I'm gonna go out there and
You didn't
win
tilt,
my next.
You didn't tilt off the face of the earth.
I did not tilt off the face of the
That's
earth.
good.
No. So ended embarrassingly at 5-4 in standard, but you know what? We take those. And then the RSPK tournament, I ended up going. I think I went 3-3. I had to play my friend in the winning in, and he won the mirror. I played a Gardevoir, Imprisoned Gardevoir. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Not Railer, not Ratlock, not whatever.
This is the fire one, isn't it?
Yes, this is the one that actually won the tournament.
Got reprinted in celebration. It won the tournament?
My buddy, who I was staying in the same hotel with, he won the whole
Then what
tournament.
happened to you? 3-3.
We'll talk about that. And then my buddy who I played against, Eric, he went 4-4 and bubbled 9th out of cut. And then my buddy Mike, he went
4-4 bubbled out of cut?
No, 4-2, my bad.
Okay.
Misspoke.
Yeah.
But then my buddy Mike ended up winning the whole thing at like 8-1.
That's sick.
So our list was right. We played the same 60.
Dang, that's crazy.
Other life developments, like I'm doing theater. I got into the music theater program at where I go to college, Kent.
Let's go.
So, you know, I got booked for a show this summer.
Oh, what are you doing? And who are you playing?
It's You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. I'm playing Schroeder, and I'm getting paid
No
to be in a show.
way.
It's a professional show.
No way.
Which is crazy.
No way. Good for you.
Yeah.
Where's the show playing?
It's at Port. It's by Blossom.
Okay.
It's at Port House.
Cool, man.
It's like one of
Good
the
for
first weeks of
you.
July.
Good for you, dude. That's exciting. Now, what year in school are you right now? In college?
Technically, credit-wise, sophomore,
Okay.
but now because I'm in the music theater program, I'm going back to freshman.
Got it. Yeah.
Because I transferred into the current freshman class.
That makes sense. Cool, man. That rules. Well, good for you. That's exciting. I was wondering if you'd played in another major RSPK event since last we spoke. I've also. Is it an RSPK event? It's 2006 that's happening the day before.
That is 06.
Yes, 06.
But there
okay.
will be an RSPK tournament here at Full Grip soon.
Yes.
I think it's October.
I saw Natalie's post that she sent me on let's see, on text messages. Yes. She made a graphic and I think was posting it to the X application. Yes, retro Pokemon tournament series happening at Full Grip Games April 26th, some lot.
Yeah, I think we have a confirmed date for that one.
Yes, and then July-ish, probably doing base Neo. October RSBK,
Ruby
and then
Sapphire through
December 2010. Yes, that's like our tentative schedule right now. I know that a lot of wait, no, I'm looking. Never mind. I was like, well, they're getting started. I mean, because it is 7:02, so they could get started at any minute now.
For quite
yeah, but just got to keep my eye on like the match table and make sure I don't like space out.
No, you're good.
Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna start doing retro tournaments here at Full Grip, which is exciting. I'm sure you're stoked about that.
I'm real excited.
Yeah, I'm sure you're stoked about that. I'm excited about it as well, as I think it's one of the really cool, unique things that we get to do here, in that we can actually support those alternate format communities. I mean, like the retro. I mean, because retro is kind of like an alternate format.
Yeah.
It's not standard. I consider anything that's like not standard is kind of like an alternate format at this point. So, we have a unique opportunity not only to produce standard content, but like you could do standard content on TCG Live for the most part. So like anybody can really do that. You can run it on a standard event on TCG Live at any night of the week. But what's really unique about what we're doing here at Full Grip, we could do Gym Leader Challenge tournaments. We can do retro tournaments, any sort of alternative format. We can stream pre-releases, which I'm going to be doing this Friday night at midnight here at Full Grip.
Oh boy.
For Journey Together. This is going to be the first time that I'm streaming, like I'm actually streaming the pre-release happening downstairs.
Late night.
Yes. So I've done midnight pre-releases before, but like I'll bring Heather up into the studio and we'll just like open kits and battle each other.
Yeah.
But this is the first time like we're going to be streaming people opening packs in the wild downstairs.
Heck
so yeah. So I don't know, logistically I'm still kind of figuring that out, but I'm not very much like a plan ahead kind of person. So like
I feel you.
so like I'm gonna probably figure that out like, I don't know, Friday morning in preparation for Friday night. But yes, RSPK is Ruby and Sapphire to Power Keepers. Yes, that's the block format. Is the EX block format. Now, tell the people at home, why was Gardevoir? And for those of you that haven't seen this Gardevoir, it was reprinted in Celebrations.
It's a really cool card. They've never done anything like it before or will ever again outside of Shockwave.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a Tyranitar EX, which is like similar. But outside of that,
I think there's like 3 total cards that interact with these counters that they made. There's the Gardevoir, Tyranitar, and then a Tropius of all things.
No, there's also a Quilava, dude.
Oh, I'm not a ball knower, I guess.
Yeah. All right. We do have our feature match. Looks like Tony versus Ben Peacock. Oh, this should be a good one. But yeah, real quick, it's this Gardevoir. And after our round 1, I'll pick your brain as to why this card matters in RSPK. Because isn't it just Stantler? That's
it's not just Stantler. That's more than Stantler. It's so much more than Stantler. I cannot wait for the RSPK.
The RSPK bait is so easy,
and we'll see how diverse the meta actually is.
It's so easy to just be. Isn't it just Stantler format? Like you guys just Railer. Yeah, you guys just like remove each other's hands and then complain about it, but then you also love it. So I don't really get it. Yes, there's a Quilava. There's a Quilava. Real quick, because I see them shuffling up. Quilava.
Is it the Delta one? No. Oh, maybe.
Here we go. If the defending Pokemon doesn't have a char counter on it, flip a coin. If heads, put a char counter on it. A char counter requires your opponent to flip a coin after every turn. If tails, put 2 damage counters on the Pokemon with that char counter on it. Char counter. Quilava. the char counter. Yes. For proof that I'm not making this up, here it is. Quilava from Neo Genesis. Char counter.
Sheesh.
There you go. There is that's at least one other counter. This is the first attack with the counter that I know of.
Yeah, no, that probably is. I mean, I won't say it is the first because I don't know. I've just been proven wrong. I don't know.
Yes, yo, huge thank you to Swizzerton in the Twitch chat. 5,000 bit dono. Let's get some hype going for Swizzerton in the chat. Yo, thank you, Swizzerton, for the hype there, and thank you, Jesse, for the sub. Let's get down to the table and see what our round one here holds at Full Grip Games League. We have got Tony versus Ben Peacock. For the last couple of weeks, Tony has been pretty dominant here, winning back-to-back leagues. He won Gym Leader Challenge on Pokemon Day
he got
a couple
his
of weeks.
badge.
Yes, he did. He won Gym Leader Challenge a couple of weeks ago on Pokemon Day, and then the next week won Standard, or it might have been the other way around. Standard then. No, I think it was, he won GLC, then he won Standard. So he's been on a little bit of a tear lately.
Yeah.
And we're going to see if he can rack up a third win within just a couple of weeks, or if Ben Peacock on the right can stop him.
Yeah, let's see. I'm pretty sure I know what Tony's playing. And okay. So he's playing the Lost Box. Ben, I don't know what plays a Buddy Poffin and a Metal Energy. Looks like he's playing GLC, but
Yeah, did he bring his GLC deck by accident?
yeah, he's got. I see Artisan, Metal Energy, and Buddy Poffin. I'm like, gee whiz, but I'm pretty sure Tony's on the Lost Box. And then Ben Peacock. It could be. I don't think it's Arcalodon. Like I really don't know, man. You see, they're setting up here. Tony, he's got. I see he's got a Cram and a Sableye in the hand. I'm hoping he started Comfy. Well, we could be playing Goldango. I saw someone say Goldango in the chat. I'm pretty sure. Actually, yeah, Goldango would make a lot of sense. And Ben is known. He loves his Goldango. I'm good friends with both these guys, and Ben does love his Goldango, his cheese stick man. And Tony has been very, very high on the Lost Box as of late. I think he did really well in like either a league night or a challenge with it as of recent. So, that's a Chorus in Ben's hand. Very interesting with 2 Metal Energy. Maybe he just got a bad Pikachu start, but
This is a Lost Box mirror.
it's probably a Lost Box.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
definitely a Lost Box mirror, and we see Tony's going first.
Yep, here we go, kicking off round 1 of the Full Grip Games Standard League Night. This is going to be one of our last handful of league nights that we have pre-rotation. We're really counting down till the release of Journey Together and our new post-rotation format. So it's just a couple of weeks now. Let's see, we've got this Wednesday the 12th, we've got Wednesday the 19th, and Wednesday the 26th. That's 3 more. And then
Lost
our
Box is
4K,
gone.
our 4K is happening that weekend, the 29th and 30th here at Full Grip. So I suspect that we'll be allowing post-rotation format at League after that, because why go backwards, right?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna speak for the organizers, but that seems to be the kind of logic that we usually go with. So I do suspect that we'll be on our post-rotation grind kind of starting in April. So 3 more league nights with Lost Box as a potential play. We've got a mirror here in round 1. Tony going first, Radiant Greninja start, and here comes a switch cart into Comfy. He'll start using Flower Selection.
Yeah, get those in the Lost Sun. I see a lot of switch cards in Tony's hand. I think Jet Energy, a rescue board. So yeah, it makes sense that he wants to pitch the Jet Energy. Go into another Nest Ball, just keep these Comfies a-coming. And I think I did see a Cram in his hand, but I mean, obviously on his first turn, he can't attack with it. So, I mean, we'll definitely be seeing a Spit Innocently coming out of him, at least probably on turn 2, unless he loses all his switch cards. And yeah, there's the rescue board right into the other Comfy.
Another Flower Selection. Carefully weighed decision. And Tony will pitch the Night Stretcher. I'm getting word in the chat. Apparently the 19th is a pre-release, so really only 2 more. Yeah, because we're going to be running a Journey Together pre-release on the 19th. We've got our midnight pre-release coming up this Friday. And then that following Wednesday, we'll do 1 more Journey Together pre-release. Now, it looks like Ben has a solid start with the Buddy Buddy Poffin, and can use that to go fetch out a couple of copies of Comfy. And he's just checking his deck to see what kind of options he's got.
I'm checking his deck too, and I'm seeing some really interesting things in there. I think 2 copies of Crispin. That's not something you typically see in a Lost Box deck, but maybe I'm behind on the times.
2 Crispin seems like a lot.
Yeah, that's a big investment.
That's a lot.
Like, it makes sense for Pikachu. I mean, it goes along with the line of thinking. And there we'll see an Artisan probably just puts the Cramorant to the front of the deck. And I think we saw a Colress in his opening hand, so we're definitely going to see a Spit Innocently this turn if he just is able to piece together the switch cards.
Yeah, for Lost Box, the blueprint of modern Lost Box is really Grant Manley. I mean, he top 16'd the European International Championships with a Lost Box deck featuring a Crispin just a couple of weeks ago. And, that 11th place finish has kind of reignited the excitement around this deck that many had kind of written off as being a kind of out-muscled archetype in these modern formats. I mean, we think about basic Pokemon like Raging Bolt with 240 HP, right? And the ability to put Bravery Charms on them and things like that. It's just, how can your little Cramorant with Spit Innocently keep up, and your Sableye placing, 120 damage? How can you keep up when Pokemon are just so big and have access to cards like Switch cards? But where there's a will, there's a way. And with cards like Crispin and Pokemon like Blood Moon Ursaluna and Pikachu EX, this archetype is still thriving and piecing together wins. Not the easy way to win games, I would say. But that's classic Lost Box, right?
Very thought intensive.
For sure.
I've played this to, I think, 2 regionals, or at least a Sablezard variation of it. And man, oh man, it takes a number on your mental after a couple rounds. You're like, gee whiz, did I lose on this last game? So, I mean, it's a very, very skill-intensive deck. Oh, there goes a Radiant Greninja. Very skill-intensive mirror, for that matter, actually.
You're going to want to keep the Greninja out of your lap.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Hey, make sure you keep the Greninja on the table, guys. On the table, not in the lap. It's not where it belongs.
There goes the Regigigas. Pretty useless, actually, in this matchup, outside of against, like, maybe a Pikachu, but we'll just see a switch right into another Comfy. And actually, I do think Ben might be able to get to 7 in the Lost Zone on turn 1. I saw a Lost Vacuum enter his hand. And with that Artisan going straight into his Lost Zone, we could see, potentially, if he finds enough Mirage Gates, and I mean, he's pitching one right there, we could just see a Moonlight Shuriken turn 1.
Dude.
Which would be kind of insane. Yeah, we see him going for it here. We're up to 6 already.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he needs to have another switch card in his hand because he can't attach the Jet Energy, I think, because that would just make it... I mean, unless he has 2 Mirage Gates, which if he does, then he's just the chosen child tonight. But
nah, it doesn't look like
he's
got Jet and 1 Mirage Gate, right? So, like...
Slightly off. We'll just have to go for the Spit Innocently. But, I mean, if you're Ben Peacock, you're thinking, man, I've got a great turn 1 here.
For sure, right?
He's going to see the Jet Energy. I mean, if he hits a Mirage Gate off this, he could be greedy. Ooh.
The box!
Secret box!
Well, that will certainly do it.
That can definitely do it. And you can pitch all the energy he has.
He's got Super Rod.
My goodness, what is this list? But I mean, it's working out for him. Look at this turn 1. So he could be... I see him eyeing up that Mirage Gate. I think we're just going to see a retreat into the Cram.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Not going to be overly greedy. We're just going to see a casual Spit Innocently going back into Tony's turn.
Yeah, I mean, that was looking hectic there for a second. I mean, up to 7 cards in the Lost Zone. If you're Anthony, you don't know what Ben's hand is looking like. Are you like, is he doing it? Like, here comes the vacuum. Is it happening? Am I getting Moonlight Shurikened on the first turn of the game? And Ben has got 7 cards in the Lost Zone to Anthony's 2, is up 1 prize to Anthony's 0. How do you think this matchup's going to play out, Cole? Do we have any key things to look out for? Any key plays that could be game defining here.
I mean, the two biggest ones, I think, at least in the early game, are the Moonlight Shuriken and the Amp You Very Much from the Iron Hands EX. Because, like, both of those, you just take 2 prize turns and you just put your opponent on a much, much tighter clock. Because when you can do that, and especially with the Radiant Greninja when you're just pushing a 1-prizer, and I'm a little confused as to why Ben didn't go for it that turn, because, like, pushing the 1-prizer and basically forcing the hands response is, like, it's so forcing in this matchup, but I think Tony's going to be able to recover fairly nicely. I'm not sure if I saw Chorus in his hand. I don't think so, but he does have, I think, a guaranteed return attack with a Spit Innocently.
He's got the Jet in hand, and I think I see a Cramorant, but going to conceal cards first and see what these top 2 cards provide. We've got a Vacuum.
So that should at least guarantee.
And the gear. So, I mean, could go digging for a Colress.
We could see a Moonlight Shuriken out of Tony this turn.
We could.
I mean, it's those 2 prize turns. And then once you get to around like 4 or it's around 4, you really want to be careful of that Roxanne. If you take them down, you get to 2 prizes and they just Roxanne you right back and then take 2 prizes off your 2 prizes. It's such a confusing matchup.
Yeah.
And then we also don't know how the Sableye could impact this with the Lost Mine just putting 12 damage counters. And we do see Tony actually finding the Chorus's Experiment there. He's going to go ahead and play it. Get up to 5.
We'll get to 5 cards in the Lost Zone for sure. Easy pitch of the Buddy Buddy Poffin, but kind of weighing the other cards he wants to keep. Finds another Colress, Switch, and a Lightning, and is going to get rid of, I think...
Is that an Artisan?
Artisan and a Buddy Buddy Poffin, yeah. And that's 5, but then we also know that he's got the Vacuum in hand, so could go to 7 himself.
I just don't see any Mirage Gates, which is really unfortunate. Oh, I wanted to be proven wrong there. I was like, oh, I spoke too soon, but no. I think we're just going to have to see a return Spit Innocently. He does have the Iron Hands EX in hand, but it would be very premature of him to bench that. Because that's just a... Well, I don't see any way that Ben could really deal with that Iron Hands, because Blood Moon is mainly, I feel like, your main answer to it. But we're just going to see the Spit Innocently, evening the prize race back up 5-5, and Ben's just going to promote that Comfy.
Oh, you can answer an Iron Hands with a Blood Moon at any point. You just got to Mirage Gate some energy to it.
This is true. I always forget about like just throwing 4 energy onto a Blood Moon.
Oh, yeah.
Same with a Radzard, like against Charizard. It's like,
Uh-huh.
oh my goodness, you can just throw that many energy onto it.
Oh, and they will. Yeah, as soon as an Iron Hands comes out, takes 2 prizes, right? Then that guarantees they're at least 4 prizes remaining. They've taken 2, so that it decreases Blood Moon's attack cost from 5 down to 3, and 3 is a very manageable number. I mean, Pikachu EX, Pikachu EX costs 3. I mean, a lot of your best attackers are going to be 3. Moonlight Shuriken costs 3,
and we do see an early Mirage Gate on the turn here, just going straight onto that Greninja.
Yep, and I think this is the turn to attack with Radiant Greninja, because you don't necessarily want to throw the Iron Hands out. You kind of want to force, like Ben's going to go Radiant Greninja, then Tony kind of has to respond to a 2 prize with a 2 prize, right?
Yeah.
So like you're probably going to want to go either your own Radiant Greninja or an Iron Hands, whichever one. I think if Tony goes Radiant Greninja, then Ben's going to want to go Iron Hands, right? And then you hands the Greninja. And then if
then
Ben,
your Blood Moon,
and then
the
your
hands.
Blood Moon, the hands,
then you Pikachu the Blood Moon, and it's this whole. It's
but
this
can
whole
you
back and
Pikachu the
forth.
Blood Moon? The Blood Moon really is kind of like the linchpin of this entire matchup, because it's got 260 hit points. It can knock out the Iron Hands, but it can't knock out itself.
Yeah.
So like a lot of this matchup's going to come down to that.
Yeah, I feel like on those turns where where you swing with the Pikachu, your opponent's going to try and want to convert to this 1 prize board state and start to spread damage with Sableye, because you have to break that. I think the ability is Resolute Heart.
Yeah.
You're going to have to break that with at least some damage counters and make sure your opponent can't switch card off of it. So being able to effectively spread damage across their board without them having a very easy response is very important in this matchup. And we're going to see Ben go to 9 here, almost at that Sableye number with 10. And I think he has a few more. Oh, he's got the secret box in hand. He's definitely got ways to get to that. So now it just becomes the battle of critical decisions, which is where this mirror becomes such a difficult it's like walking on glass. It's a very difficult thing to go about. So we're gonna see discard the Blood Moon and 2 energy, just easy things to super rod back. And now it's gonna be, what's he gonna grab off the secret boss? He eyes up a boss immediately, as well as just an easy pivot, and then probably this item. And I don't think he has another stadium, but at least this item is definitely going to be a really important piece next turn, or maybe putting together the sequence this turn.
If he gets to keep the hand, and he's going to go to 3 prizes, I assume, taking a double knockout with Radiant Greninja. So then, Anthony could lay waste to the hand with a Roxanne.
Yeah.
These lists, if they are, it depends on how close are they to Grant Manley's list, right? Grant Manley's list plays 1 Roxanne and 1 Crispin. No way to recover those supporters. So if it's like a Grant Manley style list, then we're seeing 1 Roxanne. I mean, Lost Box lists have played up to 2 Roxanne, but I don't think that they probably have room to do that here at the end of the format. Like, no.
Once everything's all figured out, the beginning of a format, you're just like, sure, I'll throw whatever combat cards in my deck.
There's just less cards. There's less cards to put, less broken cards to play because the format's smaller, right?
Mm-hmm. But now we've got so many sets, and we are going to see the Moonlight Shuriken definitely come down.
And actually, I do see there's a Pal Pad in Ben's hand right now. So Ben is playing a Pal Pad, and he is playing a Roxanne. So he has the potential to Roxanne twice in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if Anthony is just playing Grant's list, and I'm pretty sure last week we saw Anthony playing a very... this is a tough decision. We've got Crispin or Rod, and it looks like Ben's going to favor the Rod to go to 10 cards in the Lost Zone.
I quite like that decision. I think we do know he plays another... I'm pretty sure he plays another Crispin. But what's really dangerous about this is just like you're going to 3 prizes. You could just get... I mean, you got 3 Comfies on board. What's the worst that can happen?
And a board, right?
Yeah. You're pretty much set to see at least 5 more cards if you get... Like, you get the top deck and 2... flower selecting. So we're just going to see knock out both Comfies.
Ooh, and getting rid of the one with the board too that's big. I mean, leaving the Cram active too.
I mean, Tony does he have 6 in the Lost Zone? Oh, he's only got 6.
Yeah.
That makes this response a lot more difficult. We do see him like immediately slam down another Comfy, and we're just going to see a concealed cards. Probably needs to find some Mirage Gates to power up this hands in his hand. Because hands is definitely the ideal response here that you'd
think
want
it's
to see.
hands, or do you think it's Radiant Greninja?
Ooh. If you can find the Roxanne, I think Radiant Greninja is the better play. But if you can't, I feel like in this moment you're more streamlined on hands just because you see it in your hand. Oh, but he does attach to the Greninja. Actually, interestingly enough, he's not tunnel visioned on the hands play.
I think Radiant Greninja is the optimal line, right?
I mean, yeah, keep your board consistent of one prizers.
Yeah. Because you're not sacking the trade at all. Kind of force your opponent. Boss. He's got Culver's in hand, going for boss. Are we just going to see a spit here to go to 4? And then say Anthony's saying, okay, I'm going to just go boss spit, get rid of your board. Then I'm going to go Greninja. Then I'm going to go hands. And
I like it.
That's going to be my game plan, right?
Yeah, I like this, playing it a lot slower, and really kind of putting it on Ben to find another 2 prize. Top decks the hands, though. He did have the Nest Ball in hand, but like...
Ben's also got Roxanne in hand, but can't play it.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a Crispin.
Boss.
I think he's got a second Crispin in hand right now.
On the
far left of the hand,
mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he got a boss off of the secret box last turn. So, I mean, if he can boss down this Greninja and like... Ooh, but it'll be difficult for him to take a knockout on that Greninja because Sableye only does 12 and Cram does 110. But we do see the Nest Ball grabbing the Sableye. I think he's only down 1 gate, maybe 2 if he lost zoned 1.
He played 1 and he lost zoned 1, so he's down 2.
Yeah, ooh, he's thinking about benching the hands.
And here it goes.
Does. So that gives Tony, actually, interestingly enough, because we do know Tony's playing the Prime Catcher. Now that hands is just like an easy Prime Catcher or boss target for a Blood Moon response. Because, I mean, Ben here, assuming he takes a knockout, that's just 1 energy on the Blood Moon you're going to need.
Yes. I'm curious to see how this one boils down. It looks like Ben is going to do Crispin, so that's what we got. Crispin, and then I'm thinking that this is just going to be an attack with Iron Hands, right? So attack with Iron Hands, go to 1 prize remaining, and then Anthony says, "Okay, all I got to do is go Blood Moon, right?" And there's nothing in Ben's deck that can one-hit KO the Blood Moon, but Ben does have Bundle on the bench.
Yeah, Bundle there is a pretty scary prospect for Tony, just because it's like whatever you throw up, I'm getting around it.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna take a knockout, whether you like it or not.
So if Tony goes Blood Moon, right? Then all Ben has to do is find his own Blood Moon, and then an energy, and then it's game.
Yeah,
because he's got the bundler on the bench already. But the question is going to be about resources. I mean, so we're down another gate. That's 3 gates down. Gates don't really matter at this point because you've got...
He's also down both Crispin, too.
Yeah, he is. It doesn't really matter. I really like this preserving the water energy on the Greninja. I feel like that, depending on how his hand looks after a potential Roxanne, could just promote Greninja. If he's got, Energy Night Stretcher, then just he has game, right? Because he could just put the Blood Moon down. So nice to have that pivot. I think that's fine.
Yeah, this is very forcing of Ben, basically going to 1 prize and saying, it's really just saying, I probably have game in hand next to... Oh, and we do see the Palpad. Man, he's found...
Yes.
Yeah, there's the
Juice
Crispin.
the deck back up.
Yeah. So, increase your odds for Roxanne. Interestingly enough, though, neither of these players are playing Pokestop. I thought about that for a moment. I'm like, oh, wait, that's still legal. No Lost Box deck I've really seen has been super high on Pokestop. They've all been on Artisan, really, to just that better consistency card. Because when you're just milling 3, you could mill Colress.
It really helps against the Badoo item lock. I mean, that's kind of the logic, is that these Lost Box decks are being built with Badoo item lock in mind. So focusing on supporters, multiple copies of Boss's Orders, Crispin, Culver's Experiments, and Pokemon like Pheasantipity that can allow you to draw.
Mm-hmm. I do really like Pheasantipity in these modern Lost Box lists. I think just being able to draw 3 cards, especially off of a Roxanne, if you have that ball search, it's just really important to just see more cards.
Yep, and with 1 prize left, there ain't no reason not to bench that Pheasantipity EX on Tony's side. So there goes Fez, and Anthony, he's facing a real uphill battle here. I mean, we're talking, this is a 4-1 prize deficit. And he's staring down an Iron Hands.
Yeah, 4 energy.
So, right. And staring down a bundler on the bench.
The thing that's nice about this, though, is 4 is a lot better than 5 here, because you can just go 2-2.
Right.
And with Ben having 2 Comfey and a Sableye on the bench, you know that he can knock out this active with, say, a Blood Moon or something for no energy requirement, and then just go Greninja the next turn. So he does have that nice little security on board. However, your opponent is sitting at 1 prize card, so you're on thin ice here. Thin ice.
A single Sableye, a single energy, psychic energy wins the game. Ben.
And you also have to find the Roxanne too. I don't think he has Roxanne in hand.
No, and it could be prized for all we know.
Yeah.
But yes, a single psychic energy. And that's another reason I really like the energy on the Greninja, because that gives Ben a pivot. Say he's got Night Stretcher, or say he's got psychic energy in hand. They just needs to promote Greninja Retreat. Boom. Sableye lost mine game.
Yeah.
Just knock out the Comfey or the Cramorant on Tony's side.
Just wait till Full Grip gets the technology to look at prizes. Like regionals do.
Oh, dude. Listen, man. When you say that, you're implying I'm gonna have to build it. Okay.
Nah, don't worry about it. No, it's not that important.
I know it's not. That's why I haven't built it yet. Well, we're getting a beautiful custom table built for downstairs, and it would be a real shame to drill holes in it and put silly little webcams underneath it.
Yeah, I do agree.
Yeah, we're getting.
See the Colress.
We're getting a beautiful custom table made. Hopefully, it'll be done by the time the full grip 4K is happening. So, and I just ordered banners for the backdrop of the stage as well. So we won't have the ugly brick wall there very much longer.
We do see, though, Tony did play a Colress, so no hand disruption is going to be going out this turn. Just a concealed cards. He might actually want to. I'm pretty sure swinging with the Pikachu here is probably optimal, just because it forces. But then the bundle just sitting there, and I'm really glad Ben didn't use the bundle greedily last turn, because you could have been like, oh, this cram or whatever. I think the cram was active. He was like, this isn't a valuable enough knockout. But I do like that he just kind of sat on it and was like, you know what? I'm going to sit here and basically force you to hand disrupt me next turn. We do see the hands come down. Attach. He did draw, I think, 2 Mirage Gates, so we could just see double Mirage Gate Prime Catcher hands on the probably the Sableye, because you do know he's down a lot of resources, and just force him to find 2 energy onto the Greninja or a boss to win the game.
Yeah, I think you have to chase down the Sableye. It's such an easy win con, just 1 psychic energy, and it's probably the case that Anthony does not have access to Roxanne right now. Which is why he just committed to the Culver's line, saying like, all right, my hand disruption is not here. I need to go for just putting myself in the best board state I can, knowing that Ben gets to keep his gigantic hand. And looking at that deck, I don't see the Roxanne in there, right?
Yeah, no. Probably just prized.
Prized, yep. So
it's unfortunate.
Yep, no Roxanne. Very thin deck. I mean, Anthony's got his entire deck in his hands, basically.
Yeah,
Nest Ball for the Blood Moon, why not?
And I don't think this game will differ too much if he swings with the hands or the Blood Moon. Like, regardless, I'm pretty sure we know Ben just has a very solid response. But we'll see if he decides to use the Prime Catcher on the Sableye.
Ben's got boss in hand.
He does just have boss in hand.
Yes, he
does just have boss in hand.
He's got boss in hand, yes. So Ben is chilling. He's like, oh, the feeling you get when you watch your opponent play their supporter for turn, and it's not a hand disruption, and you just know you've got win. I've got win. There's nothing they can do. Yep, and you're just sitting there. Go ahead, build your, do your turn. There's nothing you can do.
I'm pretty sure Ben's been sitting on this boss like for the majority of this game because he got it off the secret box.
Oh yeah.
See the Prime Catcher on the Sableye. Tony correctly identifying that is the closest thing Ben has to a win con here, and he's just gonna hands it for 2. But
boom, don't even draw for turn. Boom.
There it is.
GG's. Ben Peacock taking round 1 over Tony. Tony's reign coming to an end here after multiple league wins in a row. We've got a big night tonight, folks. 5 rounds here. $300 in store credit prizing up for grabs for our top finishers here at Full Grip Games. And Ben starting off the nights with a win. Lost box over lost box. GG's to both players. GG's.
Yeah. It's a very interesting game. The lost box mirror is tricky one to go through.
Oh yeah,
$300 in prizing though, man.
Just for a league night.
Just for a regular league night. That's crazy.
Little 5 round. No, no top cut. $300 in the prize pool for top 4. Feels pretty good. And we've got a promotion going on at Full Grip now through April where the league is paying out 150% of the entry fees and store credit. Usually league pays out 100% in store credit. So 150% in store credits, $10 buy-in, and
it's pretty sick.
It's a good payday for for whoever wins it tonight.
Yeah, Ben's getting one step closer.
That's for sure.
Big old prize pool.
That's for sure.
All the Full Grip dollars. All
right, Cole, tell me about this Gardevoir deck that won the RSPK. How many players played in the RSPK event at UIC? And
you got a good number. Do you mind if I
Oh, you want to do your thing or what?
No, I was there's a website. There's an RSPK official website that my good friend official strong word. It's called HollandResearchTower.com.
Holland
but it's just this great hub of information. Second one down there.
Okay, HollandResearchTower.com. Sure.
Yeah, and if you look at the recent tournaments up at the top, you will probably see there it is, Holland Cup.
Okay, 36 players. That is good. Cool. Is there a list here?
There, I believe, is if you click on deck list. There's the deck list.
Cool.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
my friend Autumn made this website.
Oh, this is Autumn's, right?
Yeah, this is Autumn's. This has been
cool.
her project that I'm really excited that I get to show off on stream.
Oh, very cool.
But it can show you like the pairings that were had throughout the tournament, and it can show you all of the lists. So here we have, this was the Gardevoir list that was pioneered by my friend Eric. And at the center of it is this Gardevoir EX with Imprison. And what Imprison allows you to do is just once during your turn, if it's in the active, you put an Imprison counter on one of your opponent's Pokemon. And that means they can't use any Pokepowers, can't use any Pokebodies, which is the modern equivalent of abilities. And that's really, really strong in this format, where cards like Pidgeot, cards like
yeah, you can play Pidgeot.
You can play Pidgeot. Cards like Pidgeot, cards like this Delta Gardevoir here in the deck, like Jirachi from Deoxys, where these power-centric games.
All right, hold on. Where are the Pidgeys at? Oh, there's two. Why a 204 line, dude?
Okay, 204 is actually sick. 204 is really sick when you think about it.
I'm thinking.
So
go ahead.
204 in formats where there's not as much Pokemon search. There's no Ultra Ball.
Of course.
There's no there is Great Ball, but it's Nest Ball. Master Ball is modern day Great Ball.
Sure.
But anyway, where you have to play like a supporter to guarantee a Pokemon from your deck. Like Holland Mentor, for example, or Professor Oak's Research. That would guarantee you Pidgeot. A supporter for a turn is like a huge investment here, where you'd want to be like mentoring or admining or in some way strengthening your board. 204 is like statistically the best because you don't really want to start with Pidgey. Pidgey's a 40 HP dude, and you play the Delta one. There's a really niche reason why you play the 40 HP one. But the Delta, because you can Holland Adventure it for 4 cards instead of 3. But then it dies to 2 Spinning Tails from a Dark Tyranitar instead of 3, which is a really niche interaction, which I'm sure my buddy Eric could go on and on about and how it's so important. But basically, you want to maximize your odds of drawing into the Pidgeot naturally through like admins or whatever. So 204... instead of like a 2-1-2 where you play the Hidden Legends Jirachi, we just found was statistically better.
That's cool.
It's crazy.
That is cool. That's cool.
All of the intricate deck decisions are it's very fun to look at. But basically, this Gardevoir you want in the active to be imprisoning your opponent's Pokemon. You can use Flame Ball, which you can power up with Holland's Cast form, one of the coolest cards out of this format, where you can attach it as a double rainbow energy, essentially, at the cost of putting an energy on the Pokemon back into your hand. It gives you like so many options of who you can attack with. Like Mew Star in this deck is super duper strong. Bombchar got second actually at this tournament. It was a very interesting deck list.
I'm not seeing any Stantlers here.
No, there's no Stantlers.
What the heck? I thought this entire format was just Rayler Mirror.
Tord was playing it.
I thought this entire format
he went 4-2.
I thought this whole format was Rayler Mirrors.
Nah, Tord went... Oh, no, he went... Oh, technically he went 5-1. That's incorrect. He missed cut because he got to the tournament late. But his deck list, actually, I gave him my deck to play with on the day of. He changed one card. And I'm pretty sure he cut... What did he cut? He cut something for Versus Seeker.
So this is like the guy of the format.
That's the guy. Right there, Stantler.
Now, how come Stantler doesn't just win every single tournament then? If I hear everything I hear about RSPK is just Stantler, Rayler.
I'm not gonna fall for the rage bait. No, Stantler's sick. But you have to, like Rayler or Camler are two of the strongest decks within this format, yet they are some of the most difficult decks to play in like any Pokemon format because of just the amount of critical decisions you have to make on any given turn. So Rayler is within the top 2 decks. It's that and Bombtar, in my opinion. What gatekeeps them, though, is their super high skill caps. So really, the players you see doing well with it are Tord, Jason, and Chuck, Alex Brousseau. and those three players, outside of like a few exceptions, just kind of dominate the results for those specific archetypes. Bombtar has been explored in a higher capacity. There's many more results with it, and the list has become pretty darn refined. What was crazy about this list, I remember watching finals, and there's a Chimako in there. The Chimako was crazy because I hadn't seen this card be played in a really long time. It just searches your opponent's discard pile for a supporter and use that as the thing of the... You just use that supporter for turn, which is a cool effect. Personally, I don't think it has a huge place in Bombtar, but like it was cool to see that get second place at this tournament. So the format allows for a lot of really interesting deck expression ideas, and it's just a very diverse metagame, in my opinion. It's not all Stantler.
So, but it's solved though.
It's not solved.
That's the thing with every retro format, Cole, is that it's the retro format, they never change, so they just become solved.
You're opening a dangerous can of worms, because I could talk about this for hours. In my personal opinion. Well, we'll go on to my retro philosophy. Oh man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Yeah, isn't that the problem with every retro format? They just get solved and then they get boring, right?
What about 06?
What about 06? Yeah.
By what?
By what? It's Dragtrode.
It's not the best.
BDIF.
That's not the best.
All right, I'll see you at the Friday night 06 event.
Do you remember stream here?
Huh?
Do you remember the stream here that we did, the 06 tournament?
I forgot.
Where I walloped you?
I forgot about that. Well, yeah, we were playing a Blastoise mirror.
We played the Blastoise mirror and I won that, and then you played your coveted best deck in format, Dark Dragonite, and I beat you with LBS.
Yeah, that'll happen sometimes. All right, you can't win. You can't win 100. You can't win 100% of the games that you play. But I did win the Indianapolis 06 side event. All right, I did win. An 06 side event. And so I got some retro cred. Okay.
No, you definitely do.
Yeah, but
apparently Natalie's told me you solved base Neo too.
I did solve base Neo.
That one I can maybe believe. Base Neo's rancid.
Well, I've solved it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so much coin flip. I don't think it's... okay, rancid's a strong word. It's a lot of fun if you want to flip some coins.
Yeah, who says that flipping coins can't be fun? Randomizing's fun. But I've solved it. So it's like, so clearly the better player with the better deck will win because I've solved it. So it's like... So
are we going to see that at the base Neo tournament?
I would love to. Maybe I can get out of producing it so that I can show people the BDIF.
Yeah.
Yes, I've got a Rockets Zapdos Crobat deck, which
stay tuned for more.
I know. I think like, whoa, you're talking about base Neo because it's either base Neo with the Slow King Errata or without Slow King Errata. So like, I think it's better to play with the Slow King Errata.
Yes.
So then if you're talking about the format with the Slow King Errata, then I think that the best decks are the ones that play the Dark Crobat, because they just pick off all the babies and just can take multiple prizes all at once and just run your opponent off the board before they even really get to play. And so like the one very popular way to play that is, or I should say very popular, though the one way to play that I've seen online is Jason's like Sneasel Crobat deck. But Sneasel takes 2 energy. That's the thing about it. It takes 2 energy. And then Rocket Zapdos can just power itself up with 1 energy. It hits key Pokemon like Horsey for weakness. It powers itself up so that you can use super energy removal to keep energy off of your opponent's Pokemon. And it can also, crank out 70 if you need to like do something really big. So, and then the 20 damage is typically horrible. Plasma's 20 damage, but with Golbat fixing the math on babies, 20 damage is actually really key to knock out baby Pokemon. So,
but it's solved.
Yeah, it's solved.
I got him monologuing.
Yeah, I mean it's solved though. So like, yeah, it's on.
But it's solved, so it doesn't.
Yeah, I would never play it all the time because it's a solved format. Okay.
RSPK is not solved.
Yeah. Well,
it's not solved.
All retro
standard solved.
All retro format. Yeah, that's why. But that's why they keep printing new cards, because you would just solve it.
Sure.
Give it enough time. That's why they have to keep printing new cards. Yes, because you would solve it and it would get boring.
I mean, well, yes, true. I'm just a firm believer. RSPK is so much fun in where the better player does usually win.
Yeah.
In where it's very skill intensive, and it's such a wide card pool, and so many cards have so many cool interactions with each other to where to me it doesn't get boring. You can argue it's solved, sure. Railer, best deck, yada yada yada.
We got him.
That's if you play it perfectly.
We got
and no one's
him.
gonna play it perfectly. I saw Tord make a mistake. The dude's human. I found out he's human. He's not a robot.
All right, we're getting ready for round 2 here at Full Grip.
Man.
I know, I got him. Sorry, Cole, it was too easy.
It's fine.
I know there's a lot of people who are really passionate about RSPK, and that's just my favorite thing when talking about retro formats is be like, isn't that just solved? Like, you know, it never changes, right? It never changes. So, like, don't they just solve it? And then
is content solved?
Content's always changing because new stuff's always coming out.
That's true. And
there's always new stuff to talk about. Always.
That argue it's the same with RSPK. We're still talking about new stuff.
Which blows my mind.
Dude, there's so many cards. There's so many cards.
How is it? How is it?
There's a dedicated group of people who just love this format.
Chess? I know. It's not. It's
if you want to. If I've heard so many people complain about, it's so RNG based, standard RSPK, whatever. It's so RNG based. Go play chess. Go play chess.
Yo, for sure. Chess is like anytime I hear
that's the end all be all.
That's what I always say. Like, if you want a perfect format, just play chess, right?
Yeah, that's the best retro format.
Yeah, it's the best retro format. It's not solved. The going first apparently has an advantage.
Very slight.
Yeah, very slight mathematical advantage. Anyways,
we're getting
round two. I know it's fine. I getting you on stream again, Cole. I had to
poke the bear.
I had to bait you once.
I've been baited.
Yeah, I know. You were doing a great job defying the bait early on, and then I finally had to go and had to bait you one more time. But now I'll leave it be. RSPK seems really cool, and I'm really looking forward.
We'll find out more at the retro.
I'm really looking forward to commentating over it. I think that'll be a ton of fun.
It'll be great. Here we got round 2. That's a familiar face. Yes. We might have saw in here earlier in the day. That's Jesse Parker.
That's
in the flesh.
That it is. Round 2. We have got the Jesse Parker of top 4 World Championship fame on the right.
Professional Pokemon Pocket player.
What?
Professional Pokemon Pocket player.
What is he?
Dude loves Pocket.
Yeah, I don't know if that makes him a pro Pocket player. What makes you a pro Pocket player?
I'm putting a lot of time into it.
Cole's like, I don't know. I'm just yapping.
I'm yapping at this. You caught me yapping. You got me yapping. Sue me. I'm here for a good time. I'm here to yap.
Yes. Charles Edgar on the left. Okay, round 2.
Zelia and Heather are sick of my yapping. Actually, I don't yap enough. I just sit there and I grade my cards. I watch my movies. I watch my TV shows. This is a lovely little outlet.
There you go.
All right, here we go. Natalie is right in the chat. He be spending money. That World Stimmy, a lot of pocket packs.
Oh, that's for sure. Dang, imagine getting the bag from Pokemon and giving it right back.
Oh yeah. That's what I would do. I win a tournament, give me every single retro card you got.
That's why Pokemon feels so comfortable upping their prize payout for top finishers, because they know that these nerds are just going to go back and spend money in their game.
Yep. Very true.
It's like, oh yeah, whatever. This is a revolving door. We're just gonna, sure, yeah, we'll up the prize payout. Yeah, you guys are coming back.
All right, jumping into the game here, we've got Jesse versus Charles. Charles going to start things off with a Buddy Poffin.
I got it real quick. Skull. Charles got some cool glasses, dude. Oh,
those neon green?
Yes, dude. Check these specs out.
Can they hear the camera moving?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are some cool looking specs. Yo, shout out to Charles and his glasses. Those are pretty sweet.
They're like what are they? Like the goggles you get in science lab. And I mean that as a good thing. Those are sick. Here we go. We got a quick little deck search here. I got no clue. Oh, there's a Dino. Okay, he's playing Hydreigon. Interesting.
Hydreigon versus... Oh, we see Jesse reeling. He's just realizing what he's up against. This is Hydreigon versus Miraidon. Yes.
And yeah, Natalie pointing out that is an Orioles hat. His drip is immaculate.
Yo, let's go Birds. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go O's, dude. Let's go O's.
See him chatting about Hydreigon here, probably. Jesse, I don't know how happy you are to see Hydreigon as playing Miraidon. I can't imagine that you're too enthusiastic to see it.
Well, yeah, I don't know. The thing about Hydreigon is that it's how dependable is it, right?
We'll find out. I mean, we're seeing the Rotom V, we're seeing the Poffin turn 1. It's looking strong. Like, and the Duskull, gosh, 3 stage 2s in one deck. Standard's crazy, man.
I know, but imagine if it works.
Well, we'll find out.
If it works, it's going to be so sick.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesse's deck is somewhat susceptible to board snipes. You know, we've got a Rotom V, instant charge, start the game off, draw off 3.
Jesse does open with the classic Arven. You do love to see that. So that's at least going to guarantee him some amount of things, and we do see he is going to go
2 things. He can get a tool card and an item card.
Well, it gets a secret box.
It could get the box, which could get a whole bunch of stuff.
It can get the box, which can get a Miraidon, which can get 2 more lightning Pokemon, which can get yada yada yada. And then if you get lucky off the generators, you're playing the game. Which is why I love Miraidon. It's such a fun deck to play. Unless you miss your generators, then it's not fun.
Jesse's having a tough time putting this deck down, and can I blame him? I mean,
I don't think anyone can blame him.
Carried him to a top 4 Worlds finish, which is obviously incredible, and that is the kind of thing that happens. And I've certainly seen it, you know, within my own career playing the game. You spike with the deck, you just want to keep playing that deck, right? Like why put the deck down? You just want to keep running it.
Yeah, I feel that on the local level too. I win a league challenge, I get second at a league cup, I'm like, oof, no one can stop me.
Oh yeah, well, I'm just gonna keep playing it.
We do see the secret box come down, pitching an Arven into lightning energy. It's probably gonna grab, yep, there's those 2. He does have the Rotom V in hand, but I can't imagine Jesse really wants to end this turn on an instant charge. You really just want to be swinging big.
Yeah, tough not having you know, like a Miraidon in play.
Yeah,
I feel like it makes everything a lot easier if you can just go tandem units.
He's got the Ultra Ball in hand. I imagine we're going to be seeing that for a Miraidon. But then the supporter is actually going to be really interesting. What's going to set up his next turn? And I think I saw him eyeing up the Arven there.
Yeah, just Arven to Arven.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. There's the Ultra Ball.
Ultra Ball
pitching
to pitch
that Arven
yep.
instantly. And probably, I would imagine, maybe this Rotom, unless Raikou is prized. But, I mean, yeah, just another lightning energy. So potentially sacrificing his attachment for turn. If we don't see another one come down. There's the Area 0. I'm going to let him go up to 8 bench Pokemon. And we just see the Pikachu Miraidon.
He's got those funky Miraidons, dude, like the blue ones or whatever.
Those are the ones he played at Worlds, I think.
I know, of course, yes.
They're iconic to him.
Yes.
Oh, and he's got the cool hands.
Yes, the new hands.
Oh, he's riffling the new hands. That's so dope. I love
Prismatic Evolution.
I love riffling expensive cardboard.
Yes, for sure.
It's a sign. I feel like it's a sign of dominance to your opponents. It's like, yeah,
got it.
I'm riffling this. Because whenever I'm on like the retro the retro streams, I'm seeing people like, oh no, he's riffling the gold stars. It's like, yeah,
yes,
I live for that
for sure.
I don't riffle my gold stars too much.
No secret rare Pikachu though. L.
Yeah, that is an L, Jesse. What's
huge
wrong?
L? No secret rare Pikachu.
2 off the generator. That's a dub.
Yep.
And we're gonna see the Sealstone.
Pikachu wasn't out at Worlds, right?
No.
So
no.
So that would be why, probably.
That was up to, I don't even think Noctowl was out yet.
No.
That was just I think Shrouded Fable. Because we had Fez.
Yep.
And everybody was like, Drago is the truth. We're gonna see 4 Sealstone here. I imagine for either another generator, or I wouldn't be too surprised if we see a way to get Squawk. Squawkabilly, discard your hand, draw 6 on the first turn of the game. But I mean, if you do that, that's a pretty nice target for a high dragon just wanting to snipe 130 onto, or is it 110 onto 3 things? Am I thinking of Curum?
110. All right, Jesse lives for this. Squawk played his supporter already, used his V-Star already, finds the double turbo energy.
Crazy! This main character syndrome is crazy. Turn 1 hands.
Top 4 worlds. This is how it's done.
That's our world's competitor. That's our guy. And look at them. They're doing the thing. They're doing the amp you very much hands.
Turn 1 amp. I'm not gonna lie, I was looking a little sus there.
It's looking very sus.
Yeah, but was able to pull it off with the double turbo rip. But I see 3 rare candies.
I see 3 rare candies, a high dragon, and
a research.
Oh man.
Yes.
We are for sure gonna see a crash out head, or what is it? Crashing? Crash out.
Crash out.
Crash out headbutt. Here's a crashing head. I'm calling it crash out headbutt. You know what? I don't care. I'm calling it crash out headbutt.
All right, you do you, man.
We're probably gonna see a crash out headbutt coming out here.
Crashing. It's definitely not crash out.
That'd be so sick though. That'd be so sick.
Yeah. Crashing headbutt. Yes. Yes.
That's really unfortunate. Crash out was I'm just thinking of my EUIC right after my EUIC run. But yeah, we're gonna see a Luminion here actually searching out. He's got a research in hand. Yeah. What more do you want?
Crash out definition in the American English Dictionary. Crashing out is when you get so overwhelmed you stop thinking about consequences and just react. I was gonna say, isn't this what the kids are saying? Crash out.
This is what the kids are saying these days.
Kids. I'm pretty sure kids are saying crash out.
I'm saying crash out a lot. Yeah, I am saying crash out quite a bit. I'm calling it crash out headbutt. I don't care.
Sure.
We do see a fish. Went fishing for. Is that a boss? I think. Man, this hand is just sick. I see an Ultra Ball. I see 3 rare candies. I'm seeing Pidgeot, High Dragon, Crash Out Headbutt.
What does Crashing Headbutt even do? I mean, it does.
It's like 200 discard top 3 from your opponent's deck.
That's Crashing. Yeah, Crashing Headbutt 200 discard 3. Obsidian. Could we see an Obsidian? The thing is that if Charles is able to get a Hydreigon into play,
which I think he will be,
like, Jesse can't knock it out. Is the thing.
Oh,
really?
No.
I mean, not really. I mean, I guess there's Raichu in this deck, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, Jesse's got 1 bench space.
I mean, the thing that stinks about this last turn for Charles, though, he got no energy attachment down.
Right. All right. So, we've got Rare Candy Hydreigon. We've got Rare Candy Hydreigon. We've got Rare Candy Pidgeot. It's happening. Yeah, there's the deal.
There it is. I saw a counter gain in there too.
Let's go. It's popping, dude.
In a perfect world, I feel like in this matchup, you just want to go Obsidian,
and win.
Yeah, and just win.
And then you shake the hand, sign the slip. Yeah.
Yeah. Say you just got you just got crashed out.
Yeah.
I don't think kids are saying that. I missed the swing and a miss with that one.
Sorry,
forget
Cole.
that.
You are kids, so you know.
I know.
I
know.
I have to just believe what you say.
Kids say they're crashing out, not just I crashed. Well, whatever. Never mind. We're seeing another Dino come down. We're just gonna see the research off the 0 card hand.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, Jesse opened with.
Wait, what did he get off the Luminion?
Boss. I don't think you played it.
Did he get Luminion? Because he didn't. Did he Luminion for Arvin?
No shit.
I know we've been yapping. He didn't like play double supporter, did he?
No.
All right, I'm just checking.
He did.
No, I don't think he did. I'm just wondering, why was this Luminion benched?
I got no clue. That's a free 3 prizes for this Iron Hands.
It is for sure.
We're gonna see the Dark Patch, man. And I saw the counter gain in hand. This is just.
Is it happening, dude?
Oh, it's happening. It's been happening. It was happening before the research, which was crazy.
3 rare candy. Yeah.
I mean, I thought we were gonna see Boss Crashing Headbutt for.
Yeah.
Just like 2 prizes, hopefully disrupt like a generator out of Jesse's deck, but
all right, here we go. Discard 3. What's it going to be? Lightning, Ultra Ball, Lightning. Okay.
There's a lot of lightning energy down here, but I mean,
Jesse's got generator.
Top deck's the generator. This dude, he's the main character. The full grip main character. I'm gonna see him pop in the think tank though, which I don't blame him for. Like, at some point you're probably gonna want to get a Magnemite down, but at this point, are you thinking, is it too late for that? Because like, one attachment and a counter gain, or did he take 2 prizes? No, he hasn't taken any prizes. Like, one attachment and a counter gain, and then you're just spreading 390 damage on your opponent's board however you want, which is kind of crazy. We do see the bundle come down, freeing up a bench space.
Yeesh, and that's 2 more free prizes sending up the Dino. I feel like the Rotom almost feels like the proper send here, because you force Jesse to like hit this generator after milling 2. But I guess taking the knockout with Raikou is not so hard.
No, but I do think making him work for it a little more here is probably in your best interest. Because like, obviously you can't send up the bird or the fish. You just got to send up the little spark dude.
So let's
another generator.
Let's think the line here. Let's think line.
As who, Jesse?
Or the whole game. I'm thinking all right, Jesse's going to go down to 2 prizes remaining. Charles going to come up. He's got the potential to go counter gain and can Obsidian.
I think what you got to do
is you quick search for Iono.
Yep. You counter gain energy, quick search Iono, pray.
You knock out the hands, and then you put 130 on 2 more guys.
I don't think you knock out the hands though. I think because that just gives him Fez. If you're Ionoing him to 2, what is this play?
He's just using switch card.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. And then just getting the 1 off that. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I think if you're Charles,
I think you have to take out the hands because
then boss? I mean, assuming he plays like 3 or 4 boss. I don't know. Oh, you did the thing.
Oh yeah.
You got to do it when you're on stream. You got to do it. Yeah. So there is the counter gain in hand. I don't see an energy, which is a little
Night Stretcher. Easy.
Oh, we're fine. We're
Dark
so fine.
Patch.
We're so fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So now it's just going to come down to, what does Jesse hit off this Iono to 2?
Yeah.
You would hope.
It's going to be an Iono to 2. I would have to guess. Quick search is there. I mean, Charles has got everything he needs. So yeah, the Hydro Gun has to knock out the active because it hits the active. I mean, it's 130 base damage and then 130 to 2 bench. So there is no option really to avoid taking a KO unless Charles finds like a counter catcher or something.
Which, I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised if Hydreigon plays.
Yeah.
I don't know what it plays. This deck is crazy.
It is, for sure.
Okay, he's got the Night Stretcher and the counter gain.
Counter catcher Mew, hit it for weakness. All right, that would be pretty sick. Yep.
Yeah,
take 5 prizes.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Charles still on all 6 prizes. He plays. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a Dusknoir in here.
He plays Dusknoir.
Yeah, dude.
He played. That's 2 Duskull. He discarded 1 at the start of the game.
Yeah, dude. This deck is
sick. I gotta pick this up.
It's happening, dude. It's happening.
Man.
And Charles is 1-0. I mean, one is round 1.
Yeah, I mean, if things go for him in every game like how they did in this game, where you just crashing headbutt turn 2, seems hard to lose with like probably one of the strongest attacks we've ever seen in Pokemon with Obsidian.
Here comes the counter gain. Oh yeah. Quick search. Are we gonna see a quick search?
Which I guess is fine in the grand scheme of things. You're going to be swinging with Hydra.
Yeah, no question about who we're attacking with here. I'm not.
We also don't know if Charles is playing like a Forest Seal Stone or something, so that could also like get a piece to this. Stretching the Dino.
Don't love that.
I don't love it either. It just gives Raikou more damage, and like, I mean, I personally wouldn't be filling up my bench here. I'm ride or dying on this Hydreigon.
For sure.
You got to just go.
If the Hydreigon lives and Jesse doesn't take a knockout, you win.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But if the Hydreigon dies, or if Jesse's able to push around it and announce an attack, then he loses. So the Dino, there is not going to be another Hydreigon.
No, you are all in on this active Hydreigon. Are we just
Whoa! Why didn't he quick search? What?
No quick search, and he's putting 130 on the Pikachu. You can't do that.
No quick search.
That's illegal.
Jesse. Okay, the Pikachu can't be damaged by Obsidian. Yeah, we got it. It hits it and then bounces off. Jesse has boss. All right.
No quick search is crazy work.
No quick search. Why was there no quick search, Charles? No, you were right there. Oh, we were right there.
That's unfortunate.
Yes, we were unfortunate. I thought we were witnessing a moment in history there for a second.
Hydreigon took out Jesse Parker.
I know, with his Miraidon deck. I thought we were witnessing a moment, but
unfortunately not.
No quick search, no Iono. I wonder if he just was kind of had his mind elsewhere or something else. But anyways, it means Jesse's going to move on to
2-0.
2-0.
3 more wins.
I know.
Like, what is it, $150 for first place tonight?
I haven't gotten the breakdown yet, but with $300 prizing in the pool, probably means you're getting about $150 for first, and then you're probably looking at like $100 for second, and then $50 for top 4. It's probably what they got.
That sounds pretty good.
Yes. So that is that is an exciting round 2. Well, you know what? We finished a little early, so I'm gonna take a quick break because I have to run in the restroom real quick, and then Cole and I will be right back with some more Pokemon TCG discussion right after this. So don't go anywhere, but if you do go somewhere, go to fullgripgames.com to buy all the best Pokemon trading card game singles and sealed product. We will be right back after this quick break. Thank you for the patience. We are back. Yes, just concluded round 2 here. The Full Grip Games Standard League Nights, one of our last standard events, which is going to be featuring all of the cards from the Sword and Shield block. The Sword and Shield block is almost in the rear view mirror. Looks like we've got Chase
there's
here
Chase
as well. Yeah, let's see what he's playing.
Looks like Dragapult.
Dragapult. Yes, he's been playing Dragapult lately.
He has been cooking Dragapult for post-rotation, for pre-rotation. Dude's loving his Dragapult right now.
Dragapult versus Palkia Goldengo we got going on here. Very cool. All right. And it looks like Chase not in a great spot here. If I'm looking at the prize situation, looking like 2 prizes for Goldengo. And all 6.
I mean, this is. Oh, someone's in front of the camera. This is what Dragapult does, though. It likes to lure you into a false sense of security.
Dragapult, the active spot.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that Defiance Vest. That's a really sick card, actually, in Dragapult. I've been seeing a lot of people. I think is that a Klefki in the discard?
That looks like a shiny Klefki.
That looks like a shiny Klefki, maybe.
Yeah,
we see a second Dragapult come down. I mean, like, the thing, though, is I was watching Vancouver Finals, I'm pretty sure, where it's like Dragapult can just sit on these, like, sit on these games where you're down, like, 6-2 and then just instantaneously come back with, like, an Iono plus 4 prize turn into a 2 prize turn. Like, it's
here's
it's crazy.
a 4 prize turn. Yes. All right. Well, I'll give it a second. I mean, yeah. All right. 1 Goldengo left on the bench.
Well, did he knock that out with Radiant Alakazam, or was that?
No, that was a
Phantom Dive.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oof.
Yeah, because here comes the draw, and
Well,
then
now
look,
it's just
big old
superior energy
hand,
retrieval.
superiors. Like, you gotta, man. Look at the size of this hand. Yeah, you gotta
have it in there somewhere.
gotta have
right?
it. You think, right?
Is that an Irida? Yeah, that's an Irida. And you got the Pokestop too. Like,
Oh yeah, dude.
you're chilling.
For sure. Oh, because look, the Dragapult's got like
That
a
Dragapult's
gazillion
on
This
Dragapult's on its last legs.
This Dragapult's flirting with death right now. Yes, it's got 200 damage on it. So yeah, I'd looking like Goldengo probably going to be taking this one, but there we go. I decided to put the blue lights behind. I'm liking the vibe that it
looks
gives.
good. It's a nice late night vibe.
Thanks. Yeah. That's new. I'm still figuring out the lighting in this new studio. That's the thing, is that lighting is just hard. It's hard to figure out how to make stuff look cool with lighting. So like, I'm like, the wall looks incredible. Like, I'm so excited about that. But then how do you light it to like make it really, make it like really sing on camera? And I'm still figuring that out. But the blue I feel like looked good. And the old studio, red was the vibe because it was brick. So like popping the red up on it really made it look nice. But I think here, like, this has got a lot of greens, blues, a lot of cool colors. I think the blue really looks nice there.
Yeah.
So
Andrew,
what's up, Cole?
So I came into this today.
Yes.
Knowing that this was going to be how my night entertains. And one of the things that I won't say I have a problem with, because that's a pretty strong statement. But when watching like regional streams and stuff, the time between rounds is something that's always kind of, it drags a little bit.
They've been trying to do stuff about it. They have like floor interviews and stuff.
Yeah, like that's cool.
Yeah.
But there's no interaction and stuff. So what I've done, I'm a frequenter of podcasts, and there's a podcast that I really like that does these little segments where you can, basically it's like a little game or like a blind ranking or a tier list of just like random stuff that's on your mind. For that one, it's specific to like the NBA because it's about the NBA. But I decided to come up with a few little things just to try out, in relation to the competitive Pokemon game.
Sure.
So if you'll humor me, we'll hop right into this first one.
Let's do it. All right, I'll humor you.
I want you to blind rank.
What does blind rank mean?
Oh man. Basically, I'm gonna list.
Explain it to me like I'm 10.
All right. I'm gonna list 5 Pokemon
Okay.
Throughout the Pokemon competitive history, I want you to think about when I name each one, think about each card that's been printed for this Pokemon and how it's like kind of defined each metagame. And I want you to rank them 1 through 5, like blind rank them.
Based on the cards, the power level of the cards they've had over the years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just like
summarizing them all, like kind of taking the average power level of all the cards, printed for this particular Pokemon over the years. Okay.
Sure. And then on a scale on 1 through 5, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst.
1 is 5. 1 is the best, 5 is the worst. Okay, sure.
So the first one I've got here on the list is Zoroark.
Zoroark.
And I know you've got a bit of a history with this one.
Zoroark, you gotta give it okay, so there's like 2 really good Zoroarks. Okay, there's Zoroark GX, and then there's stand-in Zoroark. And I feel like that has the potential to make people think that like Zoroark needs to be a 1 or a 2. But like there have also been a lot of extremely terrible Zoroarks. Like most Zoroarks that get printed are just like bulk fodder, like total garbage. And we got to take the average here, okay? And even like your Hisuian Zoroark V-Star, that card sucked. You've got your...
In the binder.
In the binder. You've got your Phantom Transformation Zoroark. That deck was trash.
Top 32 to regional.
Not a good deck. And then...
But like, how much does trade and stand in, and the break too? Because the break was a whole separate card.
Oh.
How much do those 3 offset the regular ones?
2.
2?
It's a 2.
Okay. The second one I've got here on the list is Gardevoir.
Well, all right. So Gardevoir, and the reason why I wanted to give Zoroark a 2 is because you've got Pokemon like Gardevoir, which have so many more cards printed. But has Gardevoir? Yeah, Gardevoir. All right, Gardevoir. Yeah, 1. All right,
I think that's fair. I'd do the same thing.
Yeah, 1.
But now you've taken up the 1 and 2 spot. So,
well,
do you think there's anything better than Gardevoir?
What you got next?
Number 3 is Mew.
Mew. Yeah, Mew.
You got to think far back for this one too.
I know. You got Mew EX. You've got all the different Mews. So when you say the blind rank, so now the highest I can give Mew is a 3?
Yes.
3.
3?
All the Mews. It can't be 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's the fun of this game.
Is it fun? Well, now I'm pigeonholed. All right. Okay.
Number 4 is Shaman.
Shaman. It's got to be 4.
Okay.
Surely your last card is going to be worse than this.
Garbodor.
5. All right, good. Fine. I'm comfortable with that.
Really?
That's fine. Uh-huh.
Number 1 Gardevoir, 2 Zoroark, 3 Mew, 4 Shaman, 5 Garbodor.
I think I actually am really happy with that ranking. The only one that I would have flipped is maybe Mew and Zoroark. That's
Yep.
Yep.
I do the same thing.
Yes. So in hindsight, I would have put Mew in front of Zoroark. I was a little bit too high on Zoroark there, but Zoroark is quite good. But I would have put Zoroark at 3 and Mew at 2. Yeah.
I see people in the chat questioning my age. Can I drink? No. Does that stop me from bringing my Zoomer energy onto stream? Also, no.
Culture. No, that's why that's a me activity, not him.
Not me. I got another year. Now this next little game I got, we're just gonna rank on like S, A, B, C, D, and F tier. These rotating archetypes and like how good they've been on the whole. Because these archetypes are stuff that's rotating. How good have these been in all of their time in the format?
So
S being the best.
Okay, S is the best, and I'm ranking them. But this is not like the previous one where if I give something an S, can I give something else an S?
Yeah, you can give other stuff an S.
Okay, well the last one I couldn't.
Yeah, well, that was a blind rank.
Okay, well I don't know. I've never done a blind rank before. All right, I now understand the concept of a blind rank.
Okay.
I now understand the concept of blind rank. Okay.
So
cool.
I'm gonna list off these rotating archetypes. You're gonna tell me what you think of them and put them on a tier list.
Okay.
The first one is Lost Box. Yeah.
Okay, Lost Box is getting A tier.
I think that's fair.
Yes. A tier. I would give it an S, but there was like, so when you're ranking an archetype like this, for me, I want to think. I'm immediately starting to go to like all the other archetypes that are rotating out of standard right now. For comparison, you're gonna have cards like Lugia that are in the mix, which have just kind of been dominant the entire time almost, and survived rotation and stuff. I mean, like Lost Box is kind of like on its last leg at this point. It went through a period of time where it wasn't really doing too much, and it
also went through a period of time though where it like dominated everything with Kyogre. I feel like
Lost Box.
I do think A is fair.
Don't make me put it in B.
No, don't put it in B.
Because I will. Lost Box is the most overrated deck. I'm putting it in B. Lost Box is the most overrated. It's the most It is the most overrated deck.
It won nationals. It won. Oh my god.
Overrated. Lost Box is the most overrated deck. I can't tell you how many people I lined up against, and they're playing some Lost Box deck at a regional championship, and they play themselves into a loss, or they overcook, or they take too long on a flower selecting, or it whatever, what have you, dude. That deck.
You know what? I can respect it.
B, dude. B.
All right.
I played against Azul Garcia Griego in day 2 of the regional championships in Arlington, Texas, with my Lugia deck, and he was playing Lost Box, and I 2-0'd him, and it's just because he was flower selecting and never found Colresses. That deck sucks.
Fair enough. The next one we've got here is Reggie's.
Reggie's? Oh, God. What's the lowest?
F?
E. We don't give out Fs. We're woke. F's not best practices in the education system. Do you? All right. When you were growing up,
oh boy,
which some would argue you're still doing.
I would argue.
Did you? Were you capable? Did you receive Fs? Was it possible?
Yes, it was possible.
Don't laugh. In Maryland, they don't give out Fs.
What do they give out?
E's. So
E?
Because it's not best practices to skip it it's not best practices to give it. They probably also don't even grade in red ink anymore because that's like, seen with negative connotations.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
You skip E?
Yeah, they skip E. In Maryland, they skip. You skip E's in Ohio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
How many states skip E? And how many don't? How many abide by this grading scale?
I'm curious because now I want to do a poll in the chat. Yeah, you can't get you could not receive an F.
You could receive an F. You could. Oh
no,
my goodness!
And that's what I'm saying. And I grew up in the freaking
A B C D F.
A B C D F. No, that's not how my grading system was growing up. It was E. Yes.
Bro.
Yeah. Mind blown, huh?
Yes. No, Hunter. I didn't know this was a thing.
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
All right.
Getting a poll up here in the chat.
Receive? Was it possible? Let's see. Was it possible to receive F grade in school for you personally? Yes or no?
That's wild.
5 minutes. Yep. Yeah.
That's absolutely wild.
Baltimore County definitely did Fs. All right, well maybe in Harford County then maybe it was by county because in Harford County you could not receive an F.
You got
it was an E.
E for yes. What does E stand for? Excellent.
What does B stand for?
That's a good.
What does C stand for?
A stands for awesome.
No, it doesn't.
A stands for
it's
awesome.
Alphabetical. It's literally
yeah. No,
so like
I
the
know.
The reason why that they cut Fs out of the grade system is because F is for failure, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why are you going to call a kid a failure?
You're calling
you literally are.
You're calling their work a failure.
No, you're
this
calling
bad to rationale.
No, you're calling them a failure because A doesn't stand for anything. B doesn't stand. It's just the.
Oh no, I see. Okay, wait. I see your logic. Yeah.
The system is just letter based, right?
Yeah.
So you go by the rank of the system: A, B, C, D. But if you suck so bad, you're a failure, kid.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
It just doesn't make sense to have F.
Yeah.
I mean, when you really break it down and think about it, it's just to make people feel bad.
Yeah.
I mean, really? Why not the lowest grade just be like the highest grade, which is just, all right, A is the highest letter, right? It's the first one. Why not just do the next one
because you can't get like an F+. You can't, well, could you get an E plus or minus?
No, E is the failing grade.
Okay. Yeah, F is the failing grade, and
Yes.
F stands for failure. So that does make sense to a level of you are getting a fail. I think
It's damaging to the psyche, bro.
I do agree it can be.
So then why do it? You're in an education system. You're
That's
dealing
fine.
with
I'm not the
kids.
educator. I'm not
You're
the
dealing with
educator.
kids who are like forming their self-worth in real time every single day.
Yeah,
Why would you give them something that stands for failure?
yeah, that's a good question. That's a very thought-provoking question. No, I see your logic there. I mean, I guess the argument there is like you're grading their work as failure, but an extension of them is their work.
E means failure, right? I mean, A means that you did the best you could do. B means you did slightly worse than that, you know? I don't think that... doesn't E just become the new F? No, because F just means, like, you telling a kid they're it's like there's such a close connotation with, like, you're just a failure, bro.
Yeah, no, that is fair.
You know, you're just a failure, you know? So, anyways, was it... Dang, there's only 2 respondents in the chat say they did not get Fs. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I guess I grew up in a woke school district. I don't know.
Woke Baltimore.
Anyways, what was the prompt again?
Just rank these rotating archetypes. Reggies. Going back to it, Regibox.
Regibox.
Did it ever win a regional?
Regibox is getting a D.
Not an E.
No.
We're using the woke grading system here.
Yeah. I'll use Fs. There's only 2 other people in the chat who understand. 3 other people in the chat who apparently did not receive Fs growing up. So I'll cater to the majority here. Fine. We'll fail our Pokemon archetypes. No.
We're not failing Reggies.
We're not failing Reggies. It can get a D. I respect Drew Kennan enough as a Pokemon player who was like the sole Reggie believer out there, you know. And he actually
post rotation, it had some legs.
Yeah.
I watched it.
F is for like the true garbage.
So moving on.
Mm-hmm. Do we got some true garbage here?
Arceus Armor Rouge.
F.
Sure.
That's true garbage. Yes.
Yeah. We'll leave that right there. No elaboration.
I'm not going to explain myself.
Let's take it up a notch. Arctina.
Arctina.
But this deck was a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, in the C tier, C.
Sure.
Arctina, dude, talk about decks that suck, man.
Bro,
Arctina.
Path Judge?
Dude, that deck
The
sucks
Path
so
Judge
bad.
deck.
I'm like one of the biggest Arceus haters that there ever was.
I don't blame you. I don't like Arceus that much.
Nah, it's just oh no, I didn't get Arceus V down with a basic energy turn 1. Oh, guess I lose. Man, dude, I cap out at 200 damage. Yeah, dude.
All right. Next up is Lugia.
Yeah, that's the S tier deck.
That is
for sure.
the S tier deck.
Uh-huh.
If you want to talk about defining a period of time.
Yeah. Yeah, of all the V-Stars, Lugia is the one. I mean, it's so crazy, even in expanded format, the ability to whip up 4 special energy into play every single turn with the help of Archeops, the ability to do that on turn 2. Just nuts, right? It single-handedly summons a board state, and all you have to do is basically get it into play. It's like the one-man band. I mean, it just summons an entire board state into play instantly. Mm-hmm. And I mean, yeah, Lugia is as good as Archeops is, but Archeops was printed for Lugia, so it's kind of like trying to judge Mew VMAX without Genesect V. It's like, oh well, you can't talk about Genesect V, we'll talk about Mew VMAX. Like, come on, all right, the 2 are so closely intertwined that you have to talk about one, you know, when talking about the other. Oh snap, dude, see what happened here?
My bad. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. All right, so we got a game here. We've got Dragapult here on the screen. I think that's Chase on the left with his awesome V-Star marker. He's playing Dragapult up against something with Budu and Rotom. That's on me, guys.
No, it's all good. That's funny. To be fair, this looks like it's going to be over pretty quick.
He's already got an energy down. He's got a way to get Lumineon out of the active.
To be fair, this game looks like it is not not much worth talking about.
Oh, well, he's probably just got a pass here, though, because...
Yeah, but he's up against like a single Badoo and a Rotom. I don't even know what Chase's opponents play.
We don't know what's being played here.
Yes.
We do see the interesting one of Dark Energy, which means Chase is most definitely at this point playing one Monkey Dory, one Dark Energy, which I do really like in these Dragapult decks. I'm pretty sure it's what at least was... I'm not sure if Hedrick played it to Vancouver, but I do know it was a pretty popular, I guess, 2-of tech in most of these Dragapult lists. Let me take a look here. Yeah, it looks like Hedrick was not playing it. It's more of these. It's more of the Dragapult lists that don't play Dusk Noir. So I guess that maybe means Chase just isn't playing Dusk Noir.
Sorry guys, I'm just popping into this game. Is someone item locked? Is item lock happening right now? Is that a thing?
Item lock is not a thing this turn.
Excellent, thank you. No, because he used instant charge, you guys. Come on. You guys are tripping. You guys are tripping. Come on. Yeah, come on. Analyze the board state, folks. Come on.
Come on. Just
now you're making me look like an idiot.
Go back in the, because we've been watching this game for so long. Just pay attention to what we're saying, guys. Right. Nah. That's on me. We are just going to see the Badoo get knocked out here from the Phantom Dive, putting 6 on the Rotom. And I do believe Zach Nolan's playing Control, or at least some variation of it. So, yeah, Control... I don't know how you get out of a position like this with Control. Like, it just seems real difficult.
Yeah, this is ugly.
This is real ugly.
This is real ugly.
Control is not a deck that is known for being able to just kind of pop off and have these crazy setup turns. But we're going to see the draw 3. Is that a Phoebus? It might be a Phoebus. And, I mean, the counter catcher is drawn, so that can at least stall, maybe stall Chase out of another attack here, but...
Oh yeah, this is looking horrendous.
Oh, there's an Irida, so we're getting stuff on the board. Yeah, this is definitely almost 90. Yeah, it's probably Control. But we're gonna see him eye up the Nest Ball as well as the Water Pond. So grab that with the Nest Ball, and then he also gets a Tool. Oh no! Oh wait, it's Irida. It gets. I was thinking Arvin. My bad.
Irida gonna get a water Pokemon and an item card. We got Nest Ball for Pidgey, and we got Ogerpon. That's what we got. All right.
I mean, Chase did just use the Switch card, and like most of these Dragapult lists are only playing 1, maybe 2 Switch. So I mean, a Water Ogerpon lock here could be kind of scary if Zach Nolan finds a way to get this Rotom out of the active, but I'm not too sure.
Kind of just looks like he's... Oh, the secret box. Oh, yeah.
We're doing things.
Oh, we're sob locking.
We're sob locking.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to force Chase to find, like, Turos through the deck. I mean, he's got 2 Dragapult on the... Or Dracloak on the bench. Probably going to become a 3rd at this point. But, like... Actually, this position doesn't look too bad for Control.
I mean, yeah, prizes, they're just a resource to a Control player. It doesn't matter. You lose.
It's all resources.
It's all, and Zach is really starting to stabilize his board now. So,
yeah, the Fez grab off the Hisuian Heavy Ball was very nice, and drawing just more cards to, especially get the Pidgey down. Like, because I don't think this turn would be as powerful if you didn't get the Pidgey down. Because next turn you're basically saying, I get my engine up, and now I'm doing things. Now we're cooking. So we're gonna see the Sob for should be 20, I believe.
Yes, 20, and that makes it so the Luminian cannot retreat this turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then what is that tool on the?
I believe it's Defiance Vest. If you're behind on prizes, that Pokemon takes 40 less.
Yes,
40 is a lot of damage, especially for a deck like Dragapult.
The thing about that is a lot. Yes.
Yeah, it should also be 30 total on that Luminion, if I am not mistaken.
Does Sop do 30? No, it doesn't.
It does 20, but it had 10 on it already.
Did it?
Yeah. Yeah, it had 10 on it already. Probably from a Budu earlier in the game. I wouldn't...
Am I tripping? I feel like if I call down with another wrong thing...
Oh, okay, wait. It seemed... Yeah, okay. They fixed it.
I was like, if I call down with another wrong thing, you're really going to get fed up with me.
Put me on the line. They'll speak to me. They can be mad at me. It's fine. I'm the new guy here. But yeah, this... Oh, we do see a Turo in hand. But like 2 Luminion down on the board is... That's rough.
Right, and the Ogerpon would be able to survive a hit.
Yeah, like... I mean... Oh, and if you're... I mean, a Phantom Dive this turn would be really good just because you get to take out the Pidgey. So I don't blame Chase for going for this Turo play. It's just, does he have another one in deck? Because, like, off of this, if you just get Counter Catcher Saw blocked again...
Right.
You're kind of in a world of hurt. I mean, the Ultra Ball getting rid of 2, I think, basic Pokemon from the hand is really good for Chase.
Still, that other Luminion there, I mean, that all you need is one.
Yeah, that's rough.
All you need is one Pokemon to stick.
Guessing he started with Luminion this game. I don't think he's flipped the V-Star, though. He hasn't flipped his graded V-Star marker.
True.
So that could just be like another out to a Turo. Basically...
Looks like Chase is playing 2 Turo.
Yeah, I think that's the standard with Dragon. And then, yeah, taking out the Pidgey. Basically just threatening a 4-prize turn here with Boss on the Rotom. So forcing... And I really like this play, just forcing the control player to find their outs and make their life difficult. Not because as a control player, you just kind of want to do whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do. And as a counter catcher,
so true, man. I love doing what I want to do.
I'm trying my best. I'm out here trying my best.
And you're doing a great job, Cole.
Thank you.
You're doing a wonderful job. That's why if you were sucking it up, I wouldn't be teasing you. But you're doing great.
Back to my Oh wait, we saw a Thornton actually into the Pidgey, back into the Pidgey, into a rare candy, into Pidgeot. So now you can do whatever you want to do.
And that's exactly what a control player wants to do. That's
exactly as a very great commentator once said, as a control player, you want to do exactly what you want to do every turn.
Yeah.
With Pidgeot, you can do that.
It's true.
To your heart's content. You can do whatever you'd like. But enough of my yapping. Now we can really see this control deck kind of start going to work. Because you're oh boy, you're walking a very dangerous line here with having basically it's back over to Chase. But with having a 4-prize turn being able to be taken by your opponent on the board. So you're really praying for this turn.
Can't boss and Turo in the same turn.
You can't boss and Turo in the same turn.
So that's nice.
So that kind of guarantees a reset from Zach next turn of being able to maybe like penny this up, get some damage off the board, kind of reset, and really start to slow down the pace of this match. Because the problem is if you get kind of ran off the board as control, you just lose. You don't have a really quick way to come back in a game. You have to take it slow.
Yes, it is by definition slow and steady. But I mean, really, the control player's board state is the Pidgeot, right? So like the Pidgeot is the board state. I mean, being able to search your deck for one card every single turn, saying like I'm not taking any prize cards, so you can't hand disrupt me to a low hand size, right? So between being guaranteed at least, a decent hand every turn, combined with Pidgeot searching me whatever I want, I'm going to be able to piece together the cards that I need to pick your strategy apart. So it looks like Chase is going to be playing the version of the Dragapult list that Tord had been playing with 2 copies of Turo in it.
As well as Stamp.
Yes, and Stamp useless in this matchup.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Late game.
late game, yeah, the Pidgeot deck can start to attack.
Something
But I think that
interesting-
in this particular matchup, you're probably not trying to go Blood Moon
Ooh.
sweep.
No.
No. It looks like Saw Block more is like the...
preferred game plan.
Yeah, for
something interesting though, if Chase is playing Radiant Alakazam, you do have there's 0-6. That's rough. 0-6 evil card forcing Chase to discard just down to 3 cards in hand. But very smart of Chase to hold onto that dark energy, because like something cool you can do here is you have the option to Monkey Dory move as well as Radiant Alakazam here to really manipulate damage on the board.
Got another sob there from the Ogre Pawn.
What's interesting about this though is it does open up Chase. If he just has an out to the Monkey Dory, you can monkey move the 30 onto the active Ogre Pawn and knock it out. And if you find Turo, you'd need a Gust on the Rotom.
Still, yeah.
But like that still puts Zach in like a world of hurt. And Chase here, thinking about his options, decided to keep the Stamp, which I do like.
I think Zach needs a little time. I mean, that's just, he basically needs to hope that like Chase doesn't find this Turo too quickly.
Yeah, I mean, again, is that Turo in hand?
No, it's ball. Oh
No, that is Turo in hand. That is Turo in hand. And Chase still hasn't used the V-Star. This is...
God, yeah, he does have that V-Star still.
There it is. Decides to use it before the V-Star, though. So now we're really just putting the pressure on. Which...
Oh, yeah, this is ugly.
I mean, if Zach can find a really effective response here, though, like that... Almost like
what is the effective response? All right,
you need countercatcher Saw Block would do it.
On what, like a Dreepy, I guess. Yeah.
Something that you can just kind of be secure in.
Like the Dragapult deck might not even have enough energy to attack with this Dreepy, right? I mean, it's got to be kind of close.
If you're that many energy,
I imagine
down,
it's like 3 and 3. Let me go check towards list because that's just probably what Chase is playing.
Yeah, and Zach here grabbing the flute, playing the flute, finds the Radiant Alakazam. That's very rough, and putting that on the board though is interesting because then and there's the counter catcher.
Chase needs to discard that stone.
Yeah.
Yo, Chase, that Forest Seal Stone I think gets discarded off the Turo, right?
See,
there we
it
go.
Goes.
Yep.
Okay, and that. Oh, and he has used
it.
So,
Okay.
If we didn't, whatever.
Listen, man, we're playing it by ear.
Playing it by
We're
ear.
rolling.
There's
all right.
There's the Gust.
There's dice all over my table. Listen, man, things are happening.
Things
and the Luxray. Okay.
I mean, well, this Alakazam has 2 retreat.
Yup, I know. It's the heftiest thing that Dragapult has. I think Chase just loses here.
Crispin could do it.
He could attack.
Dude, Radiant Alakazam, that attack is nasty. That attack is nasty. Also, Luxray having 210 HP makes this a little difficult, and especially with Pidgeot control having like wanting to have such big hands after rotoming or whatever, like it forces you to be a little more careful as control. Like it's not something you got to play around to a super huge degree, but if they catch you with like, gosh, how many cards do you even need? 6 cards in hand? No, that's 120. 11. They catch you with 11 cards in hand. That Radiant Alakazam can do a whole lot of damage. But we're just going to see the Iono into 2 and probably just a pass. Oh, and he hasn't Recon Directived yet. So we're going to see the onslaught of Recon Directives, and it's just going to come down to if Chase can find the last couple energy in this deck.
I'm looking at towards list, and I told you 3/3, man. That's what they play.
Well, he's got the dark. Chase has the dark energy.
Okay,
so it's not a 1-for-1. But
no, but probably not anymore. I mean, like, how many more does he possibly play?
One more.
Like maybe 1 more energy, right?
I would guess 1 more. Temple coming down here is actually really big. If Zach can't find an easy response to it,
It's got quick search.
Well, yeah, but that forces your quick search of the turn. So it's slowing Zach down. It's slowing Zach's quick search down by a whole nother turn. So who knows what they're gonna get off this. the temple there does stop the Luxray from attacking, which can be very pesky. And we're going to see a boss onto the Dreepy with a rescue
now
board.
it's locked because there are no more energy. Block Snorlax game.
Does Luxray have...
And Chase scoops. That's it.
There it is.
That's it, dude. Zach got him. And the melodic was prized.
Oh.
So couldn't go the melodic game plan here.
The melodic game... Man.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Dude, Zach really walked this one. God, that was crazy, man. That was crazy for sure.
Oh, there's Dylan. But yeah. Crazy game there. Control now 3-0.
Yeah, that was wild.
Not something you'd want to see as the other competitors there. Just knowing you have to go up against Control at some point is...
Shoo. I mean, it looked, when we tuned into that game, it looked like things were getting out of hand.
Yeah, it's starting to run away with it a little bit.
I know. I mean, like, Zach's board was looking terrible. Chase's board was looking incredible. But none of that matters when you're eventually able to stabilize and then just like gust. Like, I mean, every turn that Zach needed to trap, he was able to do it.
Yep.
Right. And Zach knew his win con. I mean, he knew exactly what he was looking for in order to win the game. He was, counting out the energy that Chase had attached. And that's exactly what a control player wants to do. And control is when a format is like, as established as Standard is right now, where deck lists are really starting to take form, and a big tournament like EUIC happens and players are copying lists from EUIC, you can look at a list like that and be like, he's probably got 6 energy, maybe 7 in it, max. And once you kind of see all those energy hit the board, you can kind of deduce what your opponent is capable of doing. Maybe did Chase over attach to his bench Dracloaks there?
I was just thinking that. I don't know. Like it's tricky because you're asking a lot, or actually probably not a whole lot, of the control player to find gusts every turn. But like, I don't hate the prospect of trying to establish a board that is just all attackers. Because like in a perfect world, if Zach didn't hit the flute onto the Radzam, like, what do you do there?
I know, but you gotta play.
You gotta go for it. You gotta go for that.
What's the point of? To me, it's like, what's the point of establishing those energy on the Dracloak already? You kind of want to keep them fluid for like if your opponent does gust something up, then it's like, okay, well, the energy's going here.
Yeah.
Rather than like, what's the point of having them preloaded on stuff? That's kind of my thought.
Yeah,
I like being a little more conservative with them, I think.
Keeping some in the deck for a potential Crispin play.
I don't know if
Chase would use Crispin,
right.
But and like if Chase was able to Crispin onto the Radiant Alakazam or something.
It's also, it did seem like Chase's board was like really wide. We did miss the beginning of that game, so we don't know like, how did his board get so wide? Was some of that stuff fluted into play early? I mean, it could have been that Zach's early hand was just a flute and not much else, and just kind of like toss some.
Yeah, because that opening board was just not like, he had at one point, I'm pretty sure he had to instant charge over Budulok.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
which is just a really rough decision, but I mean,
obviously
clearly paid off.
Yeah, you just, so long as you're not losing, that's okay. Just kick the can down the road, and
that's control.
That's control, baby. All right. Well, that's round 3 here at Full Grip Games League. We've got a full night tonight with 5 rounds. So we've got 2 rounds remaining. $300 store credit in the prize pool. Let's take a look. See. Here we go.
I see Dylan here at the top table. I'm not too sure.
Let's see if we can see what he's playing.
If I had to put my money on anything, it'd be Dragapult or Bridge. We do see an Arven, so that rules out the Bridge. I can't see that, but
on 6 prizes remaining. It's definitely Dragapult.
Yeah. There's the Gym Leader Challenge board. I see my badge up there.
Let's go, dude.
My one badge.
Let's go.
Haven't moved since then.
Let's go. All right. So we were ranking stuff.
We were ranking stuff.
All right. Where were we?
We were at Lugia.
Lugia, S tier.
S tier deck.
Lugia define the power level of the V stars. I mean, you've got some really, a few, I would say, really powerful V stars that they released over the end of the Sword and Shield block. You've got Arceus was kind of the beginning, and you've got the beginning of the V stars. You've got Palkia, right? Was also pretty good, but then Lugia kind of like trumped them all, in my opinion.
Yep.
Giratina was like the other big one.
That one fell off.
But fell off. Yeah. So to me, Lugia was king of the V stars. So
yeah, if you want to talk about 3 whole different ways to build the deck that were all, I would argue, not equally as dominant, because like that first Lugia was
the first one was
that first iteration was crazy.
It was.
But like in subsequent after like the Amazing Rares and really it was Aurora Energy. Like once that rotated, it became Single Strike, where Reagan Retzlaff kind of honed in on that exact 60, and that 60 went on to top so many tournaments.
Right.
And then once Single Strike rotated, it became this colorless version, which eventually added hands and the Legacy Energy after Master Ball. Oh, those were the days when you played Master Ball and Lugia.
It was a little rough for a little while with the Master Ball, but people were still playing it successfully.
Yeah, it won the Champions League, I think.
Yes.
And then you get the modern version with Legacy Energy, and you've got an archetype that's just the best out of its block, in my opinion.
For sure.
So the next up on the list, we have Regidrago out the same set.
Regidrago gets a C rank for me. C. You don't get to just show up at the end of the semester and get an A. All right? You don't just get to show up when they print the perfect card for you. That card sucked the whole way through, and then they printed Teal Mask Ogrepon and he decided to show up. Like, sure.
But when it did show up, that deck was a force to be reckoned with. That, I would argue, like, B, maybe A.
Maybe A.
That's how good it was.
Yeah, it was good for a second. Like, how long?
It was a couple months.
From
the stretch of, I guess from the stretch of Worlds till like a month ago.
That's not long enough.
Yeah,
man.
That's fair.
That's not long enough.
I see the justification with C tier.
C tier. That's not long enough.
All right.
It was good for like a hot minute, and not even like
it was that good. I would argue it was that good.
And then how quickly did it fall off?
Very quickly. One little rosebud.
And that's all it took.
That's all it took.
Then that's not solid enough.
Fair enough. I'll take the C tier. And then the last one is Snorlax Stall.
Snorlax Stall. All right. I mean, the thing is, there's so many different ways to play Snorlax, but we're talking about Snorlax Stall. So just like
the quad Snorlax, just quad Lax.
C.
I give that a B.
C.
It topped it won not Stockholm. What one did Azul win? Where he showed up to Europe and just won with Stall.
Listen, deck not that good, man.
Deck pretty good. I'd argue deck pretty good.
Yeah, middle of the pack. To me, C is like the perfect middle ground. You're just in the middle.
We got different definitions of mid tier.
You're lost in the middle.
I'd argue that's B. B is lost in the middle.
Listen, no.
B is you have S.
B is above average.
B. Well, you have S now. So
S is an A+.
We're not on the Maryland grading system, so I'm sorry.
C's get degrees, all right?
C's do get degrees.
Yeah, C's get degrees. I'm not failing you with a C. You're just in the middle of the pack. You're a decent deck, but you really weren't. You weren't a top tier deck across the entire of your legality.
I'd argue B.
Oh, that's fine.
I would argue B.
I think that's. I think those decks, they could be C tier. Mid.
Fair enough. Do you want to go on to the next little game I've got going on?
Sure.
Here? I want you to just, on a scale of like 1 to 10, tell me how likely these decks are to win the next regional. in
next regional.
pre-rotation.
Pre-rotation.
I'm not sure where it's at. It's somewhere in Europe.
There's only one more regional, I think, and it's in Europe somewhere.
I think there's 2.
I don't know. I don't live in Europe.
I don't know either. I don't know. But first one we got here is Miraidon. Scale of 1 to 10.
1 to 10, and 1 is most likely to win a regional,
Sure.
and 10 is least.
Yes.
8.
8?
Miraidon has fallen off, dude.
It was so well positioned. It got like 4th at Vancouver.
Bro, Miraidon has fallen off. I think Miraidon stocks are down.
It was so well positioned.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't believe
Do you want me to get
Miraidon.
Jesse? We'll bring him up.
My friends need to stop playing Miraidon right now. Listen,
Him and JW.
put it away. It is a run hot deck with no depth. Listen, I top 32 worlds with Miraidon. I should have love for this deck. I don't. It's a run hot deck with no depth. No. I think its best days are behind it.
You're going to have to answer to JW Creewall about that. I'm sure he'll have some things to say on that. Next up is Charizard.
9.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Like slightly less, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not a believer in Miraidon, but I'm even less of a believer in Charizard right now. So Charizard's, talk about a deck with its best days behind it. Charizard has not impressed me in a long time. I mean, not since like probably a year have I really been impressed with Charizard. Not since like, probably not even since Shrouded Fable came out have I been impressed with Charizard.
When it got Dusknoir?
Yeah, because Dragapult was like better with Dusknoir. Oh man. So like Dragapult has been kind of like the new hotness with Dusknoir and all of that. And then yeah, like Teal Mask Ogerpon, just kind of a death sentence for Charizard. One hit KOs that thing so easily.
Yeah, Teal Mask being a huge check for it is really unfortunate.
And then Badoo, item lock. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it forces the way you build the deck to change, and like when you make it less consistent, it's harder to be as potent of a force that it once was, because like it hasn't really appeared in any results as of late. The next one has, though, which is Goldengo.
Goldengo, 2.
2?
Super high on Goldengo right now.
Really?
Yes. Goldengo stocks are through the roof. This deck is popping up everywhere. Lucas Zing, second place. Vancouver, with another top 8 finish as well. EUIC.
It was the deck for EUIC, apparently.
It was the deck for EUIC. Xander Pero.
That's what
huge
Isaiah
finish.
Bradner's. I remember actually the night before the tournament, I found out that, or no, I think it was morning of the tournament, that the Bradner group was on just this very consistent Goldengo list, and I was like, what?
Yeah, dude.
Goldengo?
The last major event I ever played, I played Goldengo. I played Goldengo at NAIC 2024. Which is I think I was a little bit ahead of where...
A little ahead of the curve.
A little ahead of it. Well, so was Yella, who just like keeps absolutely destroying it with Goldengo. Like at that point, Yella was like the best Goldengo player in the world. It was the only person performing with it.
Yeah. And
so like our testing group played Goldengo for NAIC 2024. Yella also showed up for another top 16 finish at EUIC.
It's all just Goldengo.
Yeah, it's all cheese stick. If you pull up Yella's
ever since Dortmund
page. Yeah.
Where I think did Shan Pao win that regional?
Dortmund?
Yeah, because I remember the final being other Dortmund, last year's Dortmund. But I remember like that final it was Qian Pao. That finals, I remember just being like, those two decks was not expecting either of those to be in the finals.
Yeah, I think stocks for the cheese stick are super high right now. It's just got a solid amount of HP. You can play this like single prize board that then pops into a 2 prize board that draws cards. It's stable. Pheasantipity is just like a great stabilizer for the deck as well. Whereas like, back at NAIC 2024, we were trying to jam like a B-Braille engine in here, like because you had to. Like the Goldengo draw engine wasn't quite enough to draw you through a game, but like It was almost enough with Radiant Greninja. Fezandipity just unlocked this whole deck. I mean, it's like perfect now. And then you've got the Energy Search Pro. I mean, just absolutely crazy. The deck is living its best life right now.
We've got another game here coming up on stream. They're shuffling up.
Thank you for noticing.
I got you.
Okay, that makes one of us who's paying attention.
Don't want a repeat of. I'm worried.
Well,
now.
Good catch there, Cole. Good catch.
Just doing my solemn duty.
Yes. All right, we are on to round 4, chatters.
Round number 4 of this 5-round night. We got Ben Peacock back on stream.
Back at it after his round 1 win
against Tony in the Lost Box Mirror. So we do know Lost Box is going to be one of these 2 decks. Not 100% sure what Ben's opponent is going to be playing, but I'm sure they're hoping it's got a good chance going into Lost Box.
All right, so we got Ben Peacock.
I'm gonna have to get the on the ground from the people down below, and then you're setting up here. I'm pretty sure they've already done the coin flip, so we're gonna be hopping right into this game in just a moment. Jack Hooper. They're drawing their opening 7. Now, both of these players made it to 3-0 so far. The next one will not guaranteed make cut, but...
There's no cut, dude.
Or not cut, sorry. Top 4 prizing. Oh, jeez.
It's league night. Hey, listen, you can stay here till 1 a.m. if you want, bro. I'm good. I'm going to Cincy tomorrow. I'm all good. I got to get home, get an early night's sleep. I'm waking up at 6 tomorrow morning. It'll be a fun. I'm going to the Cincinnati Zoo tomorrow. Oh, that's hype.
I'm real excited about that.
Cool, man.
Looks like, though, Ben Peacock is facing up. I'm going to go with Guardy, maybe? I see some Psychic Energy in the hand. I'm not 100% sure, though, but that is Ben's iconic V-Star marker with the Ampharos on it. And we see our players probably just waiting for the go-ahead to get into this round. I'm not too sure who's going first, but I'm thinking if you're Ben, you probably want to go second here, just to try and maybe get the possibility of a turn 1 cram. And there's the fist bump. And there's a Fezandipity start. Not what you want to see.
Could be
Goldengo, actually.
I do see Cypher Maniac. Slow
Holy smokes. Slow King at 3-0. All right. And this, I don't know Slow King's matchup spreads. Mostly because I don't play Slow King. But I would assume if you're playing a deck that just has Kyurem, you're probably favored into a deck like Lost Box that wants to get Colress's Experiment into the discard. I see the Max Rod in there too. Gee, Alolan Raticate. Oh, man. This is... I hope we get to see a really crazy match.
I've seen Slow King on stream before. It is not like won yet. All right, I've seen it attempted, but maybe Hoop has what we need in order to see a Slow King dub on stream today.
I mean, I love Ben Peacock, but I would also love to see Slow King win because we've been testing some post rotation, and he's very pro Slow King. He played it against me. I was like, dude, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Playing Slow King post rotation? But I was surprised to see the deck cook.
I am of the opinion that Slow King is an extraordinarily unserious deck. If you would have asked me where I would have ranked it, I would have ranked it in the D tier.
Not E though. It's not failing.
I would have been extremely tempted to slap it with an F.
I personally would never put it in the F tier just because at EUIC, at the bottom tables, I watched someone get absolutely bodied by Slow King.
This is circumstantial evidence.
I don't care. It was funny. I don't care. That person had to read every card my opponent was playing down just to get bodied by a Conkeldurr. And then like Conkeldurr into Regigigas, and it was just, I was like, oh my goodness. Stuff is happening next to me. But we're going to see Ben grab this Radiant Greninja, concealed cards. Try and probably find a Comfey here.
Lost Box versus... Dude, Ben's going to go turn one, Iron Bundle, Cramorant, knock out your Slowpoke. You know, your go, bud.
Not at this pace. I don't see a way to get Comfey.
Yeah, well, okay, not yet.
I don't see a way to get comfy. Like that hand's not going anywhere till next turn when you can. I would hope Ben keeps the chorus there that he's deciding on.
The crazy thing about this matchup is that Ben actually plays Colress, so like Hoop can just put the Curums into play and just forgo the whole Slow King garbage.
He just put a Chorus's Experiment into the discard. We do know Ben Peacock does play a Pal Pad.
Yes,
but I don't see it in this opening hand.
All right, here's the deal.
I'm a little worried for Ben right now, to be honest.
If Jack wins this match, it's just gonna be because Curum is so good.
and you know what? All the power to Jack, or not all the power. A lot of power to Jack.
You gotta bench something. No, you have to bench.
No. He's fine.
Greninja's got 130.
All right. Crisis averted. We're fine.
All right.
Oh, this is scary though. If you're Ben, you're just hoping the next 6 cards are playable, and will get you some amount of a board state that can't just be Curum'd off the face of the earth. Because if I'm Jack, I'm thinking, oh man, I've got the greatest opportunity just to make a play and get Slow King one step closer to winning this league night. Because like, if I'm looking at this board state, it ain't looking too strong from Ben. And if Jack can just go Slow King attach, put something on top of the deck, and get this Fez out of
dude, listen.
That is a lot. That is a lot. Okay, as I say it and sequence it out.
All Jack could do is just evolve into Slow King, get it in the active spot, find an energy, stack his deck with the Pokemon on top, then boom, he's got an attack. Cool. Then all he has to do is do it again, then again.
Yeah, and we just see the attach and pass.
That's why this deck sucks, dude.
Don't say that. It made it to 3-0.
Did it?
I would assume both these.
I assume that they're both 3-0, but
maybe they just want to see Slow King on stream, which I don't blame them for.
Hoop goes attached to Fez pass.
I mean, I would hope you're threatening something next turn. If not, this is going to be a real sad game. But there's the Chorus, there's a Comfy. So Ben can start getting more things in the Lost Zone, more than just 4 things. We're going to see him pitch the Comfy, which I don't hate because he has the Buddy Poffin in hand. But then this decision between the Blood Moon and the Roxanne is... Or if he's just going to pitch the Energy, which I don't know if I love. I mean, you've already concealed cards, but like that's a way to retreat. Unless he has like Jet Energy in hand, which... Who knows? He's got a big old hand there. And he does have Energy, so... It's looking all right, but we're going to see this Buddy Poffin just grabbing 2 Comfies. And Ben can hopefully just get out of the gates on this turn, get something cooking, and prepare like a fairly solid response to whatever Jack's going to have here.
I would love to be proven wrong. I would. It would be very entertaining to watch the Slow King deck pop off, but I am just not a believer in this archetype.
Well, honestly, I don't see how you lose to Lost Box.
You play enough Curum that you should just win, right?
Yeah, you're playing 1 prizers. You have the even if they go hands, you've still got the ability to just kind of wipe their board of anything they try and put up. And we're gonna see the first Flower Selecting come out between Gate. Oh, that's a really rough decision between Gate and Secret Box. If Ben wants to throw away the one of A-Spec, it'll be really, really difficult. But yeah, Ben smartly just choosing to throw away the Gate, which is never a good feeling as a Lost Box player, I can imagine. But yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if he plays down the Secret Box and probably grabs... We do see a bundle. Oh, if Ben can just... How much HP does this Slow King have?
120.
Okay, so... This game's not over.
That's why I pulled it up. I was like, its HP total is going to be very important right now.
Yeah, because if Ben can just knock it out here, I feel...
Dude.
I think this game's just over.
Things are going to get out of hand. 5 cards in the Lost Zone. Secret Box in the hand. I do feel like Ben is just... He's kind of like in this weird, clunky hand that he doesn't really want to secret box out of, but kind of has to.
Yeah, you can't. I think I see 2 gates in the hand. You can't even go Iron Hands because you're just stuck at 5 in the Lost Zone.
For now.
For now. I mean, in theory, you can use up this whole turn and maybe get to 7 in the Lost Zone and maybe pull off an Iron Hands play.
But we might just even if it's just a Cramorant, the Slow King is probably fine.
Cramorant, the Slow King would be fine here. Anything that is not what his last turn was, which was nothing. And you probably want to get more than 3 Pokemon on board, just so you don't get, like, eviscerated by a Kyurem. But, I mean, getting this Artisan into play does allow Jack to start maybe filling up their bench with more Slowpokes, more Kyurems even. Because at this point, if I were Jack, I wouldn't even be going for the Slow Kings. That's too much. I would just start shoving Kyurems. That 1 energy attack cost is looking real good for spreading 330. However I'd like on Ben's board.
Yeah. Ben plays that Pal Pad, though. I mean, like, what if Ben, Jack lays out a bunch of Kyurem, Ben Pal Pads both Colress back into the deck? Then it's just...
then you're stuck with a few Kyurems on the board.
Yeah, you are. Doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
So off the secret box, Ben's got Artisan, I keep calling it a skateboard, Rescue Board.
Rest in peace, a skateboard.
Yep, Nest Ball and Colress.
Sacrificing the Blood Moon and the Crispin. Spiritomb probably will never come up in this matchup.
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
it's got...
Ben shuffled up his deck, but probably just going to go right back in with the Nest Ball, I would think. Unless you're going to go into a flower selecting here, which...
Just a pass.
Just a pass is crazy work.
Okay. I think Ben kind of knows that maybe hand disruption is just like not something we see a lot of in the Slow King deck because it's a lot of Cypher Maniac, right?
Yeah, no, and you really need Cypher Maniacs on these first 2 turns to... Did we just see a pass back?
No way! No, it's a 2-card hand pass back? That's crazy. No.
Slow King do what Slow King do.
Hoop, no.
I'm really sad.
You're the people's only hope, Hoop. People want to see the Slow King deck win.
You're asking for a miracle there, though. Which is really unfortunate, because this deck is so cool in theory. Just being able to like manipulate the top deck and attack with whatever you want, but it's so steep just to get to do that. And we're probably just going to see an Iron Hands attack here from Ben if I had to guess, because 7 in the Lost Zone is not too far off from where we're at right now.
No, absolutely not.
And something I'm not too sure of, I'm not sure why Ben hasn't benched the Pikachu yet. I don't see a way for that Pikachu to be harmed on the bench, as well as the fact that it's not really a 2-prize liability in the sense that you can't gust it and knock it out with some big attack because you have to have some damage on there already. But this is actually really interesting. The 3rd Colress coming down. So now there is no way to defend against a Kyurem.
Yeah.
You're getting hit by that Trifrost no matter what, which is a little scary, but I mean, if your opponent on a 2-card hand just passes it right back to you, they're handing you the reins.
Right. What's Kyurem got? 130 hit points, I would guess?
I think 110. Oh, 130. Oh, gosh.
130, so can't get cleared by an Iron Hands. It's worth noting.
Yeah, if you can just... I mean, if Ben decides to take an Amp You Very Much knockout here, that gives Hooper the Fez. And if you can just pivot out into a Kyurem and start doing Kyurem things, I don't see an easy response for Ben there.
Yeah, because hands is a little short. I mean, you could just...
Arm press.
You could just arm press. Yeah, just attach another, 2 lightning. All right, Ben's at 7, so Mirage Gates going to accelerate 2 basic energy from the deck to one of his Pokemon. This guy looks like maybe a metal and a water.
Yeah, I don't know if there's another lightning that Ben can get on to this Iron Hands. I do like getting the bundle back, and I mean, I don't know if the Blood Moon will come up too much in this deck. But yeah, getting the energy back, just hoping probably that your opponent doesn't draw super duper well off of this Fez. And there's the second Mirage Gate, so we are definitely going to see an Ampy very much here. It's just there is no second Lightning Energy.
No.
Which is a little sus. But I mean, I don't know how cognizant Ben is here of just retreat into Kyurem Trifrost.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's probably asking a lot of the Slowking deck to find Kyurem plus energy. And I don't mean to sell it short, but
That's not that. Now that is not a lot to ask.
it's not a lot to
A
ask.
basic
but
Pokemon in one energy. I mean, really. Now the Slowking, the energy, the stacking the deck, sure, but just Kyurem and an energy is really not asking a lot. Here's Flower selecting. Ooh, just put the bundle back in, and there he goes to the Lost Zone. Sorry, bundle.
Got to keep that Super Rod.
Yep. And here comes the Iron Hands. Everybody's
Are we going to see the hand motion?
favorite attack.
Oh, very half-hearted hand motion, Ben.
Yeah, I'm not a big hand motion guy. Listen,
I'm not either, but like it's the culture.
I'm not into the culture then.
Fair enough. I have a lot of respect for someone who can confidently say, I'm just not with the culture right now.
No, yeah. That the whole high-fiving if you play your hand down on a Juniper thing, no. Not into that. Not into the hand thing. Is too silly if you ask me. It's too silly, and you know I'm just a very serious guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Uh-huh.
I can see the Poffin for 2 cards. Hasn't flipped the script yet. So, I mean, a Trifrost here would be very, very good.
Yep, you could clear two
Both
of the...
Oh, I saw an A-Spec. I actually don't know what A-Spec this... Oh, Max Rod. Oh, that's not helping you here. Yeah, Max Rod, not going to be used...
There's Kyurem Energy, though.
There's Kyurem Energy.
It's happening.
That's all you need.
It's happening.
You're taking 2 prize cards. That's what matters.
Yeah, and probably 110 to the Iron Hands.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it matters too much who you hit because you're not playing something like Sableye to really... Oh, we do see the Max Rod come down, getting a second Slowpoke.
Yep.
But like now you're just hoping, you're praying that Ben
Is that a jet energy? Yeah, you could just jet. Here we go. Boom.
Preserve the energy on the Fez in case you want a Cruel Arrow.
Kyurem. Let's go. Hoop. All right, Jack Hooper with the big double prize take. Kyurem's Trifrost can be used for just a single colorless energy because there is a card with Colress in the name in Ben's discard pile. Yeah, so that's big. This is big. How will Ben respond? We've got a tie ball game, folks. 4 to 4 prizes.
You really need the boss here, I feel like. Or just some way to arm press and get this big old threat of a Kyurem Trifrost again out of the active. And like, Ben can kind of sit behind this Iron Hands for maybe a turn, praying that, because like Kyurem's got a steep retreat cost of 2. And I mean, you can sit behind this for probably a turn. And like, if you don't bench anything else and say like, okay, my opponent's going to try Frost for 1 card, put 110 on this Iron Hands, that's not incredibly dangerous. But then once they go into that Slowking, and if they find the Xatu, find the Slowking, then stuff gets real dicey.
Oh yeah, Conkeldurr can clear this Iron Hands. So that is the major concern here if you're Ben, because Jack had the perfect turn last turn. Everything that he needed to happen happened. Found the Kyurem, found the energy, and then as a bonus, yeah, we got Natu and 2 Slowpoke.
Yeah,
this is perfect. Got to preserve the energy on the Fez, which means that you can promote the Fez next turn if the Kyurem does go down. And you could use Xatu's Clairvoyant Sense to accelerate an energy to a bench Pokemon. It is theoretically possible to attack with the Slowking next turn. So, It's big.
Yeah, and as Ben benches the Sableye off the Nest Ball, we do, or maybe that was the Artisan, but like, retreat. Okay, that's.
Holy moly!
Does
All
Ben
right,
have the Shuriken play lined up here?
he has to, or what is he doing? It's probably Crispin, right?
Oh, that probably doesn't feel good though.
The retreat
I don't think
before concealed cards? That seems crazy.
Yeah, especially not Crispining before concealed cards. What if you draw into like two water energy? Oh,
he's got the...
Okay. I'm yapping at this point. But like, a little sus sequencing, but I think Ben will make it work. Ben definitely is going to make it work this turn. Like, probably knocking out both those slow pokes. But again, you're just leaving that Kyurem in the active. Your opponent is going to go down to 2 prizes and have 110 damage on your Iron Hands.
Crispin is going to allow Ben to take this double knockout, I guess, on the Slowpokes, I'd have to imagine. Yep.
You definitely just target down both the Slowpokes. No reason to knock out the Natu. Natu's done.
Then how do you win the game?
That's a good question.
Yeah, how do you...
You sacked 4 energy off your Iron Hands.
4 energy off the Iron Hands.
No switch cart. No nothing.
Because then he used concealed cards after and found the switch.
Yeah, that's rough.
Oh, no, man.
I mean...
There's Roxanne.
Yeah, the Roxanne is maybe some cope here. You're going to sit on that if you're Ben. You're like, all right, take 2 more prizes this next turn. Find an energy. Take 2 more prizes. Go crazy. But then Ben, I guess, is just hoping... Apparently, Ben had a switch before the concealed cards. Oh, maybe his only other water was on the...
It's possible, yeah.
I'm guessing that's what it was.
Yeah.
Draws the Cram off the prizes. Cram could actually be kind of nice here. Oh, no, it actually wouldn't be nice. That just gets Trifrosted into oblivion. The counter catcher draw, though, is like... Oh, yikes. Counter catcher doesn't even do much. You knock out both of Ben's other Pokemon on board. You have to promote this Iron Hands with no energy.
Right.
Like... It's just a bit of a silly situation.
Ben's got switch in hands. He's got switch in hand. So, he's got plenty of switch outs. But the Kyurem having 130 hit points is a problem right now. His deck does not have a reasonable way to deal 130 damage.
Yeah, like even if you tried to go Sableye last turn and do 10 to the active, you couldn't knock out both a Natu and a Slowpoke to take 2 prizes and just stay on this 2/2/2 path.
Blood Moon can just win though. If you got boss, yeah. So we could see like Ben really reach for it if Jack doesn't play like a hand disruption card. It could just be like bench Fez, draw lots of cards, find switch boss, Blood Moon. That's game, right?
Well, I mean, no hand disruption here.
So that's a double prize take. That means that Blood Moon only needs 1 energy attached in order to do 240 damage with its Blood Moon attack.
Top decks the Blood Moon.
And there is the bear.
Ben's checking if he has boss. I don't think he does, but...
There's the bear, folks. There's the bear.
Slams down the Comfey. Probably going to check. Neither of these are boss. I mean, there's still, I think, at least a boss in the deck.
Yeah, and Grant's list was playing 2. So if it took any inspiration from Grant Manley's list...
Ben's playing Secret Box. Ben's doing some crazy stuff.
He is playing Secret Box, yes.
I mean, the Roxanne in hand is also pretty tempting. Like, even a Roxanne and pass here. And, like, switch into the Blood Moon or, like, Comfey and pass, I think is fine. Because you don't allow the Fez... And you're basically saying, I'm going to find boss at some point. I'm probably going to find boss before you can find an effective response to take 2 more prize cards. Because if you're Jack, you don't have counter catcher. Yeah, that's what it's called. Counter catcher anymore. You've got to find this boss plus get a Slow King online plus knock out a 2 prizer. Because Kyurem's not doing it at this point. Kyurem's not taking 2 prizes unless Ben... benches another single prizer, in which that would be a unfortunate oversight from his part.
All right, Super Rod gonna chuck Radiant Greninja, Sableye, and a Water Energy back into the deck.
I'm actually not sure if that Natu has 50 HP. Ben could also just have it right here if
Sableye can also win because Natu's only got 50 hit points.
Yeah,
that's so 50 plus 70. That is a knockout. But there's not 10 cards in the lost zone. There's 8.
True.
Yeah, there's only 8 cards in the lost zone right now. So Sableye could win. Ben would have to reach to 10 cards in the lost zone in order to get there. Lost Mine places 12 damage counters, and Natu and Slowpoke have 120 hit points between them.
Yeah, I think though if you're Jack, you do have to bench that other Slowpoke, because we saw the search for the Slowpoke that last turn, but I think that's extremely warranted. You're gonna need to attack with a Slowking at some point, but like benching the Sableye, if you don't win this turn, you lose to an energy. Yeah, that's a little spooky.
Yeah,
and especially with 8 cards in the lost zone and. Oh, the vacuum is crazy.
He's playing fast now because the vacuum would get him to 10.
That just gets you there, right?
Does he have a psychic in the discard pile?
No, he routed it back in, right? Oh, wait, no, I see it. It's staring at me right
in the face.
And there
it is.
Yeah,
and
there
that's
it
game.
Is. Lost Box against all odds. Just does it.
Boom.
There's the Psychic Energy onto the Sableye. We're going to see the Switch or Switch Cart. One of the two.
Lost Mine
for game. There it is.
And a nice turkey handshake. Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble.
Yeah, GG's. That ended up being close.
To seeing Slowking win on stream.
I know. Unfortunate for all the Hoop fans out there, of which I know there are many, as seeing Slowking win on stream would be a huge dub for all the Rogue enjoyers out there. But alas, Lost Box takes another win. So we have one more round here tonight. Ben Peacock advances to 4-0.
Yeah, I would assume 4-0. We see Hydreigon still at the top tables.
Yeah, that's pretty hype.
Chase is still up there. Dylan's there. Again, not sure what Dylan's playing, but probably something good if he's made it to his coveted 3-0. And it looks like their game is actually over. Chase's game's still going on. Chase probably still sitting at a high amount of prize cards, just happily chilling with Dragapult.
Looks like it's Dragapult versus Guardy.
Ooh, with a Klefki in the active. That's a little interesting mid-game. Both players look to be at 3 prizes.
Have to see how that one ends up.
Yeah.
We've got one more round ahead tonight. One more round ahead. It has been an action-packed evening so far.
Yeah, $300 store credit. They're all playing for.
That's right. And I'm curious to see who's going to take this one home. And it does appear as if Ben Peacock is having himself quite a night with his unique take on Lost Box. And then I think that Tony won. I think like last week or 2 weeks ago with Lost Box as well. So Lost Box has been doing pretty well here at Full Grip League the last couple nights. Or last couple weeks, which is, I mean, it's coming towards the end of the format, so...
It's contrary to what you said, though. You said it was a terrible deck, fraudulent.
Yeah, that's my take, yeah.
Fair take, even though it's poised to maybe win 2 weeklies in a row.
I have my convictions.
Fair enough.
Uh-huh.
I don't blame you.
I do have my convictions. I do.
I won't say I'm on the same boat where Lost Box is, like... fraudulent, but I don't think I'm a big Sablezard enjoyer.
Okay.
I've always been a Sablezard enjoyer, and like even predating to like Inteleon Zard. So I've never found a huge calling to like the Kyogre version or the Radiant Greninja versions of the deck.
Yeah.
They're good. They've won majors and stuff. I think the best iteration of the deck has been probably Hedrick's Pokestop version. I just really liked that consistent list.
Yeah.
That won NAIC
that was
24, 23? 24. But yeah, like it's been a deck that has it's found itself really hard to take the forefront of a meta. Like it's never been... It's probably at some points, very in and out, has been the best deck in the room. But it's always been on everybody's radar and been something that's pretty easy to counter, as they've printed stuff like Klefki and Fluttermane, and I guess in addition to that, you got Kyurem, which really like killed the deck.
I don't think that I was ever seriously considering Lost Box for an event. I mean, I did actually. I top 64 to UIC one year with Goodra Lost Box.
Oh, that's I consider that different though. Goodra Lost Box,
yeah, right?
That deck was sick.
It was a different beast entirely. I mean, you played Goodra. You really just were kind of doing the Lost Box stuff just to get some energy on Goodra.
Yeah, because then once you do that, you're set. You've got your Moisture Star to heal off all the damage, and
right.
You're hopefully not getting knocked out by anything.
That's the idea anyway. Use Rolling Iron, right? And you played Melanie too, so it's like Lost Box wasn't even the only way to get energy on your guys. You also had Melanie to like get an extra water energy into play.
I wouldn't consider that like a Lost Box deck.
Right. When I think of Lost Box, I'm thinking of like the stuff we're seeing here
Kyogre.
tonight. Yeah.
You play 4 Super Rod, Greninja, Kyogre, all the stuff.
That kind of stuff.
Dragonite V.
Dragonite V, yeah. When
Throwback.
Dragonite V kind of came on the scene, that was the Lost Box card for sure. I'm not going to miss it.
I'm not going to miss it.
I'm not going to miss it, dude. People take too long in their flower selectings.
Just to send the buddy
select, and they're like, oh, let me check my hand.
Let me check my discard.
Let me check my discard. Oh, let me check. Oh, what am I deciding again? Oh, let me put my Lost Zone all over the freaking place and make a total mess.
I hated that. When your opponent's putting all 10 cards across the thing.
I know. I hate it, bro. I'm not.
Keep it in a stack.
I'm not gonna miss it, bro. They want to see. Well, they want to see. It's because they have to have the smorgasbord. They have to have the spread, and they have to be able to see every single resource they've lost zoned, so that every single flower selecting, they get to compare it to their lost zone. They compare it to their discard. They compare it to their hand, and then they're doing all these little things, and then they still overcook and lose.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's why I don't like the deck, man. That's why I don't like it, bro.
No, and very fair in saying that. I'm not a huge fan of it either, and I'm not gonna miss people saying flower selecting Colress, flower selecting Jet Energy, flower selecting. I'm not gonna miss that.
No,
at locals.
No, certainly not. No. Now you know a deck that I enjoyed wasting people's time with. Baxcalibur. Yeah, Chen Pao. Now, I loved wasting people's time. There's something about, me doing a million action a turns with Chen Pao, that was cool. People doing a million actions a turn with Lost Box, I'm over it. Yeah.
Get out of here.
At least Chen Pao won the game quick, okay?
You're just going 2-2-2.
Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Game's over. All right, pick up your cards. Get out of here.
Lost Box, it's like I'm putting 3 on this thing, 4 on this thing.
I know. We're going down to the very end of the game. I'm forcing you to go through one prizers until the very end. Yeah. There's just a lot there.
And now we're bringing 3 prizes back into the mix.
Oh, Cole, let's get your thoughts on the megas, man.
Oh, I mean, I stopped playing around when tag teams came back, and I think that was more for personal reasons than
tag teams came back. What do you mean?
When tag teams were introduced?
Okay.
I stopped playing around I remember I played Pikarom for a bit, and I stopped playing around Unbroken Bonds, and that was more for personal reasons than anything else. I was like going into high school or whatever, and
that's when Natalie stopped playing.
And
she played through tag teams and was like, I'm good.
I'm done. And I got back in around when Sword and Shield was starting up again, right as COVID was starting to hit, because I was like, screw it. I got all this time in lockdown. Let me play in some online tournaments. And I rolled up with my Colossal VMAX deck and had a great time. But I don't know. I never I never really enjoyed the 3 prizes. I think it speeds up the game to an unfun degree. The thing I actually have a bigger problem with is how absurd Mega Gardevoir seems on paper. Something that evolves from Kirlia and can accelerate 8 energy in a turn and then do effectively 400 damage off that just seems absolutely crazy.
I look at stuff like this and I just wonder, I'm like, how much stronger can Pokemon cards get?
360 is breaking it breaks another record.
It does. How much stronger can Pokemon cards get? Are we just gonna keep making number bigger just
I hope not.
Forever? I mean, because like it's like, okay, well, you think about pre-Sword and Shield, 300 HP was like a very hard ceiling. Like we had not broached that.
I think Waylord Magikarp like sat at 300.
And that was it.
That was it.
Yeah. And that was, that was a 3 prize Pokemon. Yeah. So we had not broached that 300, and then the VMAXs just shattered it.
Yeah, you start creeping a little higher, you get up to like 320, 330, and then Eternatus was 340.
Yeah,
and people were like, "Are we really going higher than this?"
Yeah, there were 2 prizers with 300 hit points. Then the Sword and Shield block introduced 3 prizers with 200 hit, or 2 prizers with 300 hit points, right?
Yeah,
and then Scarlet and Violet's like now we've got 2 prizers with 340 hit points, right? And it's just like the numbers. It's just every gen. Is every gen? Are we just going to creep up 50 hit points? Is that just what's going on now? So,
I'm personally excited for Electro Power to be effectively reprinted. I love that card.
Yeah, but it's worse now.
Oh, it's much worse.
Think about it, because it's a lower percentage of total HP.
I know. Let me have my fun. Let me hope they reprint
it all mattered
Zapdos.
more back then.
They effectively reprint Baby Zapdos. Give me that deck back. I love that deck.
Yeah, it's a lower percentage now. Anyways, we've got round number 5 is brewing, folks. We've got our 5th and final round of the Full Group Games League Nights. And
we got Zach Nolan back.
It looks like we've got, Control back on.
Opening with a we're opening the prize packs. Are we getting anything good?
Let's see
Countercatcher non-hollow. Arvin, that ain't bad. Mist Energy, not a bad prize pack.
Not bad.
I do love me some prize pack non-hollows. That's what I throw in all my decks nowadays.
Really, I love so nice to just get those staples easily.
Oh, it's great.
Yes,
and you get a cool little stamp on them. Like, yeah, I won this. Like, I like rolling up to a tournament and being like, yeah, I won this whole deck essentially.
That's cool. Yeah, that is cool.
And it's all non-hollow. I don't like the prize pack hollows. It's like the WotC foils. They're too thick.
I think they look nice.
They look nice.
They do.
I'll throw them in binder, really.
I'll throw them in a box.
I throw them in my. I have what's the Dragon Shield box with like the 3 little.
Oh yeah.
I've got one of those.
You've got a tower.
Yeah, I've got a nice little tower. I've got my prize pack cards in the bottom, GLC cards in the middle, standard on top. It's a nice little system.
Yes, it is. You can buy them at dragonshield.com.
Shameless
That's
plug.
right. You can buy them at dragonshield.com. Use code TrickyJim at checkout to support the channel. Huge thanks to Dragon Shield for continuing to sponsor the contents.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thanks for the plug there, Cole.
Oh,
yeah. Almost had another turkey.
Almost.
Yep. Uh-huh.
See, we're waiting to get into this game. We got Control versus something. I'm not sure. I'm guessing this is whatever defeated Dylan in round 4 this past round. See our players having a little discussion here as we get the names going. But yeah, going back to the megas, I mean, a Mega Gardevoir that evolves from a Kirlia that can accelerate so many energy and like specifically evolves from the same thing as Gardevoir EX does. Because like with this now, you can just attach one single energy to your Mega Gardevoir in the active, load up a bunch of energy onto a bench thing with Gardevoir EX, and swing with Mega Symphonium and do 1 billion damage. So, I don't know. More thoughts on that on the way. And we're going to see this game take place. We see a Snorlax start here from Zach. Not 100% sure what's on the other side. Looks like a Klefki. So, I mean, that's probably a really great start from what looks to be a Gardevoir deck against Control. You're going to stop the Rotom. You're going to stop the Snorlax from taking effect. And, like, who knows, maybe you can joust a tool off of something. Control loves its tools. And we're just going to see a Nestball for Pidgey and pass. And looks like this Gardevoir, assumedly Gardevoir. I'm assuming it's Gardevoir, but I see Dark and Psychic Energy in the deck. I'm going to go with Gardevoir. This Gardevoir is going to get to start off the game as every Gardevoir wants to with an Arvin. And probably eyeing up just that Buddy Poffin and TM Evo, I'm guessing.
That would be great. That would be what you want. Yes, as the Gardevoir player. Get a turn 1 TM Evolution, get a couple of Kirlia in play.
All I'm seeing is that Bravery Charm, unfortunately.
Oh.
So I'm guessing TM Evo is prized.
Or in hand.
Or in hand. We're going to see the Buddy Poffman come down. Probably just going to grab 2 Ralts. I am not an Ooh, interesting choice of Ralts. I don't hate it, though.
Not the one you want in this matchup.
Not in this matchup. I do like the logic, though, of being able to hit for 30 just against a Budu. Oh, wait,
it is in hand.
TM Evo in hand. I don't see it. Oh,
told you.
About to say I don't see an energy. I see energy now.
Let's go.
So we're gonna get Curlias. We're gonna play the game. We're gonna have some fun.
Yes.
As Gardevoir. And like having Klefki start here is really nice. Getting 3 Ralts onto the board, effectively threatening a really strong turn 2 here.
Oh yeah. And the Klefki can always retreat from a Snorlax block.
Just into really whatever you want. I see a Gardevoir EX in the hand, so Sean is definitely going to be playing the game here. And right over to Zach. It's Cena Arvin. I mean, both players, we're going to get a good finals match here. Both players are definitely going to play the game. It's just, will Sean get stuck in this web that Control would like to make for itself? And I think it'll be very dependent on Zach if Zach knows the lines on how to completely wall out Gardevoir. And I'm guessing the Milotic will be prevalent if it's not prized again, because that Milotic seems pretty strong into this matchup. If you can like trap, I don't know if they're still playing Radiant Greninja, but if you can trap, I mean, even this Klefki, if you trap this Klefki, yeah, we're gonna see the quick search. Just easy rare candy, easy quick search into.
What's Melodic doing on this Gardevoir deck, Cole?
Not that Milotic.
Oh, okay.
It's a different Milotic.
There's another Melodic?
Yeah, so the Melodic EX walls out Terrestrial Pokemon, but the other Melodic, I believe, it stops Pokemon with damage counters from being put into the hand.
That's a thing?
Oh yeah, this card's sick.
Sparkling Scales? No. Not that one. Dang, I'm not up on my Control lore.
I'm not either. I saw the Phoebus and I was like, I mean, maybe it could be walls. Maybe it could be a wall. I think it's that, yeah, your opponent's Pokemon in play and all cards attached can't be put into your opponent's hand. That's a really strong effect.
I mean, it is for a Control player for sure, because it stops Turo, right?
Yeah.
So, that is interesting.
And like that would have, in Zach's game against Chase, would have completely... Oh, it's 2 Snorlax? I'm not up to date on Control lore either. Jeez, I wasn't expecting 2. But yeah, I mean, I guess this is how these control... Oh, found the Manaphy off of Flute. That's rough.
Oh, yeah.
You hate to see that.
You don't want to have that Manaphy in play.
Especially if your opponent... Like, I mean, the thing is, though, putting down the Phoebus, it's got 30 HP. And it's real easy for these Gardevoir decks to just get 30 damage on the board, monkey dory, and knock out that Phoebus before it can really do anything.
That is true. That is true. I know Zach plays Melodic EX because at the end of the game against Ben Peacock, he flashed it was in the prizes.
Oh.
So he couldn't set it up against the Dragapult deck.
Oh, so maybe he's just playing the Melodic EX.
Might just be that.
Could be like a 2 or a 1 and then 1 of each.
It could be. Could be. It's true.
Only time will tell.
This is so true. Stay tuned for more.
It'll be interesting, though, to see what route Sean takes. Because, like, personally, as a not very experienced Gardevoir player, I don't know what I'm attacking with in this matchup. I would guess, like, maybe Gardevoir EX.
You just want to attack with Gardevoir and use Tauros.
Solid 180 damage, or 190. I mean, maybe the Screamtail can get in there. I do know there's a lot of plays that involve actually... I've seen people do it. It's a really cool play where you put a Bravery Charm on a benched Ralts, attach 4 energy with the Gardevoir, put 80 on it, and then evolve it and knock it out to stop your opponent from being able to go counter catcher the next turn.
That is interesting.
But I think that's more for the like straight up stall matchup, because in that one your opponent doesn't have as many tricks to kind of get around your Pokemans.
I'm thinking to myself, bro just posted Pokemans. I'm thinking to myself that if Sean like goes for this knockout here with the Guardy, retreats through Snorlax's block because of Klefki's ability that stops abilities from working. If Zach just goes like, yeah,
There
and
it
locks this Manaphy in the active, we'll have to see if this non-EX Melodic is in the deck.
I'm not seeing it.
If it exists, then that card would definitely be a real problem. But another thing that Zach could do is he could just go in with I think he just retreat to Snorlax and just force him to play the Turos.
Yeah. Like, your opponent's playing 1, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Getting the Rotom here is really smart. Start building up the hand.
Right.
And, like, if you're Sean, you're just kind of in a pickle. Like, you got to find Turo at some point, and
there's already a Turo in Sean's hand. I'm like almost positive.
But then you've got this Scream Tail and Klefki being down, I guess is fine, but like the Scream Tail's down being is also kind of fine because it's a viable attacker. You can at least poke for 30 at the least. All right.
What are your thoughts on energy coming out the bottom of Pokemon?
Hate it. I'll be perfectly candid. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I absolutely despise the way Sean has set up their board.
Oh no!
I'm all for positivity here, and it's nothing against Sean.
No.
Evolving and putting it on the top of the card, we're keeping the bottom out. Come on. Now.
Is that a thing from other games?
It could be. It could be.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I'm a purist. Yeah. Energy pop off the top. They go out the top. Yeah. It's just...
Or like at the bare minimum off the side. Make it look clean. Out the bottom.
This Gardevoir is exuding like I poop my pants energy. I think. Unfortunately.
No, yeah, it's like, or like almost overextending onto Zach's side of the board. It's like creeping over that line on the Pokeball.
Yes.
We do just see a knockout on the Snorlax. 2 Snorlax in the discard, I think. If you're Zach, are you thinking just try and Saw Block again with something? Because like you can't Saw Block either of the Ralts or Kirlia on the bench because they can just kind of evolve out of it. So it's like, do you try and Saw Block this Klefki? Because with Saw Block and the Klefki, it's not an ability. You can trap it there for an indefinite amount of time if you get DTE. But we're just going to see, I think, Arven for... Oh.
Mimikyu.
Well, you got to keep revealing.
You got to keep revealing because it's not just the first. Okay. Yeah, like if there's something tastier than a Mimikyu, then you grab that, right?
The Mimikyu, though, is really bad because that also like doesn't force a DTE onto the Water Ogerpon if you go down that route, if you're Zach.
Right.
And I do see... There's the Irida. So didn't Arven for the flute, just had it in hand. Mm-hmm. But, I mean... Oh, Phoebus and Heavy Ball. I don't think we're going to see the... Well, actually, you could probably pretty safely bench the Phoebus, but... Oh, there's the Melodic. Both Melodic are prized. That is rough.
Yep. You see him flashing it. All right, so he does play both Melodic, yes.
Hate to see it, but I mean... Got to make the finals interesting.
And there's no way to interact with that, right?
Yeah, no.
So then why is the Phoebus down?
You tell me. Is that a Melodic in the hand? I don't know if that's an alt-art Melodic. Or maybe it's just like... Maybe you send it up this turn and it's like... I think that's an alt-art Melodic in the hand.
I think just sending it up...
Yeah, and an instant charge.
Yeah, just...
I think benching the Water Ogerpon here is pretty safe. You can't really knock it out this turn at all. You do see the Monkey Dory being drawn, though. So, like... I don't know. This is a... It's a tricky spot to be in if you're Sean, because you're staring down a Saw Block at any point. Because both Klefki and Mimikyu are just prime targets for that effect. The Phoebus shove, though, I think is just like a sacking of one prize. Because... Dark energy on the bottom.
Listen, the energy are going on the bottom, Cole.
It hurts. It hurts my soul.
It's just they're going on the bottom, bro.
Sorry. Nothing against Sean.
No.
It hurts my soul.
I know. If I could have it my way, everybody would just line their energy up neatly on the top or the side. But
I mean, I guess throwing the energy on the Mimikyu is just kind of saying like, hey, you can't really saw block this. I'm doing 7 damage counters. But that Klefki is just like prime real estate if you're Zach for a saw block.
Oh, for sure.
Is there ever a world where Sean doesn't knock out this Phoebus?
I'm thinking Sean's knocking out the Phoebus.
I'm thinking Sean's knocking out the Phoebus too. You're already 2 prizes up.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's full steam ahead, brother.
Yeah, at this point, you're taking 2 prizes. Why not take 4 more?
Yeah,
Why not
dude.
just race to take 4 more?
I'm gonna be honest. It's 9:50 p.m. on a Wednesday night.
You got work tomorrow.
I got work in the morning, dog.
I'm not thinking too hard about this choice. No, I don't knock that decision at all. But like $300 store credits on the line.
It is full steam ahead.
The thing is though, at this record at 4-0, you're probably getting some cut of that.
For sure.
I would be hoping. I know I've heard tale of I think Tony and I think Zeely was complaining about it one day about bubbling at 4-1 or something.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
It's rough. But we're gonna see, is that Spiritomb off the prizes? Because Spiritomb could actually be really strong in this matchup. Because it can never be saw blocked and it shuts off Rotom. Now we're just gonna see the knockout. Full steam ahead. Throws that Pidgey up. 2 Pidgeot.
Pidgeot boss.
Boss on that Mimikyu.
Oh yeah.
Notably, you can't quick search twice
No, you cannot.
in one turn.
No, but they're 2 big guys.
As fun as that would be.
And if one of them gets knocked out, you got to back up one.
Yeah, this is true.
And Sean does have 3 prizes remaining, so it's possible that a Pidgeot could go down, and Zach would still not have lost the game yet.
Yeah, I think if you're Zach, you're just kind of committed to this board state. You don't want to throw anything else in play that makes a 1 prize and then a 2 prize knockout easier. I think you just kind of go on the sentiment of, I'm going to saw block something. I would have preferred to see the saw block on the Klefki, I think. Just because you know for a fact that thing is only doing 10
0 damage because of the double turbo energy.
Well, and also the ability. But like...
Oh yeah, and that.
The thing...
Whatever.
A lot of... You're doing negative damage at this point. But like... I would have preferred to see the Klefki get locked here, because Klefki's doing 10 damage. This Mimikyu poses like a fairly sizable threat of 7 damage counters. And you've got that Gardevoir EX on the bench that can just toss 1 energy up onto... This is crazy.
Second darkness energy?
Second darkness is crazy.
Whoa. What are we cooking here?
I don't think we're even in the cooking stages. I think we're still.
Yeah, Zach.
We're still in the. We're still in the
going with the
prep.
double check there.
Are we taking it back?
Looks like a little takesy backsy. That's okay.
Okay.
All right.
Fair enough.
Sure.
Good sportsmanship. I like it.
Yeah, there we go.
Now, I do think. I mean, Melodic EX in the hand. Not going to do much at this point. So we're just going to see a quick search, and Zach has kind of just got to stick to this game plan of saw block at this point.
The huge hand.
Yeah, 0-6 is going to hurt.
Oh my gosh, how many cards are in this hand?
Probably like 11, if I had to guess.
Oh, you start going through the resources like, oh man. Oh, jeez, man.
Oh, he's playing 3 Monkey Dory.
All these
There goes the
Pokemon can
Driftwood.
go.
Every single one is just a shot in the heart. Oh, the 3rd Monkey Dory and the Dark Energy. It's so sad.
That's a lot of monkeys.
That is a lot of monkeys. Decks they're playing heavy Monkey Dory counts these days against Dragapult. It's like if you can just effectively move 6 or even 9 damage counters a turn.
That's crazy, right?
You're winning that matchup.
And Sean still has to let go of 1 more card, right? Is it down to 3 or
It's
4?
down to 3.
Yeah.
There goes the Iono.
Okay.
And there's another saw block. And I mean,
It is not doing damage, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to be the bearer of bad news here, but Zach can pretty much infinitely recur Penny at this point.
Oh, 100%.
So damage isn't even a problem. I've just been yapping. Damage isn't even a problem to Zach.
No, just penny it up, and then Penny keeps the cards, attached to the Pokemon that you have, so...
Yeah, it's looking a little bleak. I wouldn't say we're loss for hope because we still haven't seen a Turo come down. And we see a Super Rod here, which is going to at least get more cards in the deck.
Was not one Turo played?
Oh, wait, true. On the Manif... Oh, man.
Yeah, one Turo down for sure.
And that might be the only one. If you're playing a heavy monkey count, like 3 dark, 3 monkey...
You kind of have to make up for... Yeah, kind of have to make up for space somewhere, right?
Yeah. Especially with the Mimikyu, too. Mimikyu is a little unorthodox. I like it. Mm-hmm. But it's a little bit unorthodox in these modern Guardy lists that are so focused on Monkey Dory and powering up whatever attacker for the situation. Mimikyu, a little on the niche side, considering, like, I mean, it does a great job of... Oh, we see a boss. Okay. What are we cooking with? Just 70.
You have 70 with the Mimikyu.
We're going to see the V-Star come out, flipping the Horror House. That's War Flashbacks right there. That 3-prizer. What's that GX attack do? No cards can be played from your opponent's hand.
That's right. For
That's
1
evil.
energy.
That's evil. As long as they don't put that on a Mega, I will be happy. Don't put that on a Mega. Don't put the ADP attack on a Mega. And I will be a happy camper. Maybe not happy camper. I will be a content camper. Throw
All
some
right,
alliteration.
so Penny will pick up the Rotom. And the Ogerpon goes back into the active. Saw block, 70 more damage from Mimikyu. And here we are again. And now we've got a pretty good-looking board from Zach. I mean, just going to be kind of like a Mimikyu hit.
Quick search for the Silene. We're going to see Penny this turn. You're going to have to Silene at least... You're going to have to get one Silene to get the Pal Pad back in. But
yeah.
Like, even if you don't, you've got some contingencies.
And I'm surprised to see Sean still using Refinement at this point.
Full steam ahead. If you're going out swinging.
There's got to be maybe an out to moving the Mimikyu then. If we're still seeing Refinement, right, then maybe there's one more Turo in the deck. I feel like if there's no Turos in the deck, then we're just hold it 4 monkeys. Is that 4 monkeys?
That's 4 monkey.
Or did we put the monkeys back in?
No, we put one back in.
We put the monkey back in.
So
all right,
cool,
all right.
Though. 4 monkey, 4 alts is crazy. Oh, and just see a pass. No, not even an Iono is, like, unfortunate.
Not pass. He swung.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Yes, Mimikyu, 70 damage. It's not nothing.
It's not nothing. The game plan's going to become just you swing on the turn, you get 70, 0-6, or Silene. 1 heads. There's the Pal Pad. That's all you need. And it's...
Dang, dude, that's crazy, because I had Jesse on earlier today, and then we were playing post-rotation, and I was just wiping the floor all day with the new wall decks.
New wall deck is kind of scary.
Yeah. I mean, I was playing for Alligator, and then I was playing the Blissey wall deck as well. And now we're here, and we're seeing more control. Oh, it's Control Wednesday, dude.
It's Control Wednesday. How is Blissey Walls feeling?
That deck was awesome.
Really?
That deck was really fun because you just get to monkey a million times.
Yeah, it seems
you accelerate the energy
really
into
cool.
play. You get to, I mean, you think about the wall Pokemon, one of the biggest problems with them historically is that you just couldn't get energy on them fast enough, or you couldn't evolve them up into play quick enough. But like TM Evo and TM Turbo Energize kind of just solve all of that. And then the Blissies are huge, and they have an attack that just does vanilla damage and draws. And then the Monkey Dory just like heal your walls. I mean, being able to heal like 90 damage a turn from your walls is absolutely nuts.
Yeah, Blissey's got 300 HP.
I know.
Did you play the Farigiraf as well?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You're getting in there with some chunky dudes. And there's the Penny resetting the Water Ogerpon. And I don't know how much more of this we're going to see. Because we're just going to see the same things happening. Quick search for either Pal Pad or Silene or Penny.
Yeah, things are moving now. Sean just pretty much like, yep, we're gonna swing with Mimikyu. Yep, that's what we're gonna do every single turn, and I'm just gonna see if you can keep looping the loop. I do like Zach's pace of play. I mean, really just kind of like not messing around with the with the pace, knows his loop. You love to see a control player who knows their loop.
Yep.
They just like
they're not gonna mess around with. Let me think about this. Do you have any outs? Let me look at your discard a few times.
No.
Let me think about it now. You know what you're here for. You know what you're here to do.
Yep.
It's like a 9-to-5 job at this point.
Yep. He's like, okay, this turn we're using Xerosic. This is the turn for Penny. This is the turn for Silene. This is the turn for Palpad. I'm in my loop. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm limiting your resources. And right now, Zach is in deck out mode. That's why he's like, I need to force my opponent to deck out, which is why he keeps using cards like Xerosic on his off turns when he can afford to do it.
Yeah, because if you're Xerosics, it makes their Ionos much less powerful.
Yes, they're not throwing like 20 cards back into the deck.
Yeah.
Which is
there's
huge.
The other Penny.
Yep.
Need to do it this turn.
What's crazy, I mean, Zach still has room for error. I mean, there's 3 prizes left, on Sean's board. So Sean not only needs to break this Sob block once, he needs to break the Sob block twice.
Yeah.
In order to pull off a win.
Doesn't look too hopeful, if I'm being perfectly honest. But
and
we're
here comes
changing
the
target. We're changing the
I
target.
think Zach's saying like, all right, I need like a slightly less heat on my
yeah, which
my
again,
Ogre Pond.
why I was confused. But I mean, if you're playing to the degree that Zach is, you're just kind of chilling at this point.
Yeah,
you're not
double tails on Silene. Oh,
does that change things? I'm wondering actually, because with control, you got to dedicate a lot of stuff. You got to dedicate a lot of spots to a lot of different techs.
Yeah.
Do you have enough contingency? And we'll see it this turn. We saw a Joust for 10.
Nest Ball. Is there any other recovery? Fail the Nest Ball.
Oh, we got
Quick
another
search.
Silene.
All right, Silene number 2. Now we just can't double tails this one.
Can't double tails this one, or else we'll have a really, really interesting looking.
All right, so Zach just needs to not double tail.
Okay,
Hey, we got the one.
We got the one. We get
all
Palpad.
right, we're back.
Palpad gets 2
We're so back.
Oh man.
Yep. There we go. Just can't double tails twice in a row. And there's the Palpad. We can Palpad.
2
Silene. Yup.
Just want to maximize those odds.
Can't put 1 Silene back in because you could double tails it. I mean, so you just want to give yourself as many outs. And I think now we're just going to see Silene again. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Because you just want
what
to
else would you do?
Keep stacking the Palpad. Yup. And just give yourself as much juice left in the tank as possible. There's an Iono. Yep.
Are we going to draw out this game longer?
I mean, it would behoove Sean to draw out this game longer, right? Because really, if Sean could pull off a tie, it might, he might be able to win this thing based on resistance.
This is true. We are not in the driver's seat here. We are at the mercy of these 2 players because this game could go on for a long time.
All right, so Zach, I just got the pairings sent to me. Zach is 4-0. Sean is 3-0-1.
Interesting.
So Sean is not
the other
4-0.
Is there another 3-0-1?
Dylan
at 3-0-1. So if
they tied
Dylan
last
wins,
round.
If Dylan wins this last round, very good shot of getting second. Maybe a shot of getting first if this falls to a tie.
But then, yeah, that's true.
But the Silene just hit double heads, so.
All right.
Double Palpad. Double Palpad, double Silene is kind of evil. Not even going to lie. And we are at the mercy of these 2 players. We do see, not too sure how many cards are left in Sean's deck, but I can't imagine a whole lot after a lot of turns of very quick pace of play. And we see the Palpad now just starting to collateral more supporters that you theoretically will never need in this matchup.
Right.
So...
And Zach's at a point this time, at this point where he can just, every couple turns, he's going to...
You're going to throw in a 0-6.
Yep.
Ooh.
I don't like that Sean's keeping his hand underneath the table.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, but it does seem to me as if Sean is like a somewhat newer player, so... I don't want to be too hard on him, but
yeah.
So honestly, if Sean does wash this back, I just hope that it's a learning experience. There are some certain etiquette things that help make your board a little bit more clear, not just to us, but to also your opponents and things like that. And as a general rule of thumb, in any trading card game that you're playing, never keep your hand under the table.
Never keep your hand under the table.
Never keep your hand under the table. So,
yeah.
Yes. So, I don't want to be too
I do want to
too
clarify,
hard.
though, no hate with the below the card energy or below the Pokemon energies. It's a personal OCD thing that I'm sure, like, everybody's got their certain preferences.
Pet peeves, if you will.
Pet peeves, yes. That's a great way of putting it. We're just going to see all the cards get played out of the hand.
All right, so now no hand, no cards in the pockets, no cards, nothing.
No tricks up the sleeve.
Nope.
Pass. There's
and
the
a concession. There you have it. Zach Nolan is your winner with control. Sean locked out of the game there with nothing left to do.
Unfortunate way to go out.
Yeah.
And if Sean is a newer player, it's your first time getting control locked is always a pretty unfortunate experience, because like you don't know what to do. You're facing all these cards that you're just like, what the heck? Melodic Mentally Calm?
I think he's eating his deck.
That's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Eating your deck. I've heard tale of people air frying their deck after a regional. I've heard tale of people eating a card in your opponent's deck. I have not heard of a player eating their own deck. That'd be something very cool to see on the Full Grip Local. Probably not good for the health, though.
Major congratulations to Sean on a job well done tonight, 3-1-1. We'll see if he's able to sneak into top 4, but Zach Nolan is going to be your uncontested champion tonight, 5-0. Going to be taking home the top prize this evening. Full Grip Games store credit dollars. And with that, we will bid you all farewell, as that is the end of our event. Zach takes it home with control. Congratulations to Zach, and congratulations to Sean as well. Well played tonight, and thanks to everybody who came out to the event tonight. And thank you all for watching. And I'll be back tomorrow night with Gym Leader Challenge on stream. We're going to be streaming GLC night here. And then on Friday night at midnight, we're going to be streaming the Midnight Journey Together pre-release right here on Tricky Gym. Huge thank you to my co-host Cole tonight. You did a great job. First time doing the casting thing. So
thank you for having me on. It's truly like this was an amazing opportunity. I hope to be.
You're welcome back whenever.
More. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I'd love to do this more in the future.
For sure. Whenever you want.
Fun.
Yep. Whenever you want, just hit me up. Let me know.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. You guys all take it easy and have a great night. Thank you so much to all the subs as well. Lil Will in there with the 76 months before we go. Thank you so much. You guys have a great night. See ya.